Alright, there we go. Greetings, salutations, peoples. I believe this is the second session, right? Or is this the third now?
Third.
Excellent. The first one was just going over character interviews and getting to know the players as the DM a bit more to be able to have some notes and kind of understand what they wanted to do instead of having a session 0. And the second one, we moved from Waterdeep. I have the interactive map open for the audience here. We went up this main road and ended up in this hamlet after Sykesy got one hit down by bandit ambushers hoping to rob a random caravan on the road. Upon arriving at the little hamlet here, there's a variety of farmhands and little small personal gardens and little like a little general trade shop. And Sykesy was able to obtain, using something from their background, I believe, a place to stay without issue. They were very intrigued by her, and so they allowed her to, not necessarily in any of their homes, but set up their wagons and stuff outside of one of their homes within their property, so that way they would be okay. And with that, you have a nice view of the mountain range not too far away from here, so you expect that most likely you'll be able to find what you're looking for within the day. The farmers start to, when you wake up, you discover that there's like a little table set up with what looks like 2 days of rations for each of you.
Oh, that's nice of them.
And a little warm-ish, not hot. You presume it was hot, but they didn't know what time you'd wake up, so it's a warmish cup of bean water.
Is it coffee beans or?
Yeah, it's coffee beans.
You have to be specific.
I know. So I'd like to provide 2 things that I am working on for my own campaign that I'd like to add as homebrew stuff to test.
Homebrewed beans?
No. There's something called tactical preparation, which means that you can spend like an hour in the morning doing things like, for who would like to volunteer their character's class as an option?
You can use my druid if you'd like.
So for a druid, it could be something like spending an hour communing with nature, smelling the plants nearby, trying to do some research on edible plants or something else to maybe learn something. And then you would do a check, which is a D, whatever your proficiency is. So for druids, it'd be like, I have it down. I have the formula down here.
Wisdom?
Yeah, so it would be whatever their proficiency level is. And then if you succeed, then tactical preparation. Okay, there it is. Let's say for the druid, it would be, yeah, it would be a wisdom DC of 10 plus your level. On a success, you would gain a +1 to your next ability check, attack roll, or saving throw for the day.
I imagine it's also a time that you can do your daily prepared spells, yeah, if I wanted to.
Yeah, so you could change out spells during this time. You could do it's a time to prepare for the day. If you fail, there is a punishment for the check, so it's not required. For the druid, for example, the druid's connection to nature wavers, causing their next spell to be cast at a slot lower than intended, and if it's a first level, it would fail.
That doesn't seem worth it at all.
Cool. Then we'll work on that for a different time.
Yeah, especially with the way that the rests are set up. That's super, super, super not worth it. Like
Yeah,
+1 to a single check, losing a spell.
Yeah. Cool, we'll ignore that then. I appreciate your feedback. I'll work on it and we'll implement that into something different.
It could be make worth it, or I would just do it without the downside on failure.
True.
Yeah, downside could be just wasted an hour that you could have been traveling.
Yeah, especially if it's just
That's a
like
good
minor
point.
effects.
I like that. We'll go with that. I'm gonna just remove failure options. Because that's a good point.
Because like right now doing that, if we failed, like I have 2 first level spell slots that I've just lost half my utility.
Yeah.
I think it's something that you can scale it later too. Like
Yeah.
right now we're babies and like it's all high stakes. Like any encounter is death. But
So, for example,
later,
I know that mine for the warlock, the patron demands an unforeseen price, causing the warlock to suffer either exhaustion or lose access to one of their eldritch evocations. So it's not.
Yeah, that's a super big downside.
Yeah. So I'll figure that out another time. Okay, cool. I appreciate that. That works for me. Either way, you just make sure that you mark down a ration from traveling for the day to get here, and then add 2 to your sheets, because we are tracking.
So just add 1.
Yeah, so just add.
Basically.
1. Yeah, add 1. You are going to. It's good. It's important that you guys track food, and that you make sure that you're tracking food. Other than that, I believe we are good to head out. And the nice thing about rations is they don't spoil for like 30 or 40 days. You know, they're like dried nuts and stuff. Is there anything that you guys wanted to do before you departed on the road to your sought after destination?
No, just gonna make sure we stop by and thank our hosts for the breakfast and the rations, and then head out probably. It's just farms, right? There's just like 4 or 5 little.
There's there's several little privatized farmsteads that have decided to work together in this area to try to like set up little shopping stalls and stuff, especially when they know the schedule of some like major trade routes. So they set up like market day, farmers market on the road when they know people are going to be passing through.
Gotcha.
I believe that we are good to go. Cool. So heading out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's going to take, let me pull up the measurement device here, distance. It's going to take another like 6 to 7 hours before you finally make it there. So it'd be kind of early-ish afternoon. At which point from the distance you can see that between this little section of you can see from the road that there's a waterfall. And there's a little trail marker on the side of the road that says Whispering Falls.
Huh. Hey guys, look, it's literally one of the other things we're supposed to go to.
Should we mark it on our map or check it out?
From my understanding, isn't this what you wanted your destination was? Or am I
I
incorrect?
can't remember
we were
if
going
the
to the mountains.
Ah, okay. Can you read your description of it? Of the area that you're trying to obtain? Or discover?
That's where I'm going. Okay, so we have. I have to open all of the stuff.
I appreciate it, note taker.
Okay, we have that one. I don't need to look at. That one's the one that's close. Okay, no, this is the right one. It's the Whispering Falls because it's located in the mountain range. So yes, that is the one we're looking for.
I thought we were doing number 4, Enchanted Embers in the volcano. And maybe I'm wrong. That's where I thought we were going. We wanted to go to the furthest one away.
The Whispering Falls is the one that is 50 miles north, located in a mountain range, but we don't know anything else about it. The
Okay, yeah, that sounds
Enchanted
right.
Embers is 20 to 40 miles east within a cave system.
No, that sounds right. We were definitely going north to the mountains. I just misunderstood that.
So you guys are going that direction to the, Ah! I broke it. Okay, we're good. I zoomed in too far and I... Yeah, cool. You all reach... I'm presuming you're going down the little side path?
Mm-hmm.
Can I get a... Who's proficient in the vehicle that they're driving? The cart? Is there somebody who's proficient in land vehicles that's driving? Because the road is not necessarily suited for vehicles, it's primarily suited... Like vehicles or wagons, it's primarily suited for hikers.
Is it like a long way to the fall, or we can see it?
You can see... It's both. You can see that it's another, like, 3 hours.
Oh. Gotcha. I'm not good at, driving wagons. I don't know if anybody else is.
I am not.
Nor am I. I did not take animal handling as a proficiency, however, it is a wisdom skill, so I think I'm inherently good at it.
If you wanted to aid in the attempt by trying to, like, use animal handling to make sure that the creature remains calm on a non, main road, because the horse seems like it's made for city and road travel.
Oh, I didn't roll well.
That's
I got
okay.
a 6.
Okay. That takes an extra, half hour of you trying to, you try to calm it down, but you unintentionally, brush the fur up on its face instead of trying to pet it, and it, freaks out. You have to spend a bit of time calming him down, but other than that, there's no issue. He doesn't, ram you off the side of the road or anything. It wasn't a natural one, you're so good. It just wasn't helpful in the end. Can I get a land vehicle check to go through the remainder of this?
Sure. I guess, Sexy's probably still driving, even though it didn't go great for her last time.
Sure.
But she feels responsible for the cart, 'cause she's the one who it's borrowed on.
Yep.
So what kind of check am I making?
It's just, you have no proficiency, so effectively wisdom. We'll go with survival check.
Okay. I'm not bad. Not bad. Dad. Oh, pretty good. That was a total of 18.
Cool. There are no issues, there's no broken wheels, there's nothing stuck in the mud. You do see a little patch of kind of loose muddish water as you're approaching 20-15 minutes away from the base of the fall. And you're able to oh no, pothole, mud, move over and get out of the way. And you arrive at the base of the waterfall 7.5 hours later from the morning start.
Okay. Oh. I guess it said behind the cascading falls, intricate riddles must be solved to activate the portal. And there's some guidance from a guardian spirit. So I guess we have to go get wet.
Well, is there a path behind the falls? Some waterfalls are like that.
The path ends at the base of the water, so there's like a kind of lakeish thing, so you're probably going to end up having to either climb around the little rocks on the outside and do little athletics or acrobatics check, or just swim through the center of the little lake pond at the base of the waterfall. And it kind of like the lake pond kind of dissipates out and spreads into like a kind of a thin trickling river that goes off into the forest up to the north.
So it's not dangerous water. It's fairly still. I mean, other than
Correct.
the waterfall.
There's no rapids. And even the waterfall itself, it seems that it would just push you under the water, but then also push the water out into the center of the lake. So it's probably going to be an athletics to swim through the waterfall, but it looks like there is a way to climb around the outside using dexterity or acrobatics or athletics to climb it through it.
I wouldn't mind swimming. Being a turtle, I can hold my breath for over an hour. But it doesn't help me swim. I'm happy to try.
You might be able to just kind of swim along the outside and then go around the base of the area, because it looks like there's a little opening in the back of the waterfall, so you might be able to kind of just swim around it in the
I
back.
have a solution.
So if you have a swim speed, you can definitely do that.
I have a crab familiar.
Ooh. What is...
He can breathe underwater,
Mhm.
and he's a crab.
What is crab familiar gonna do?
He has 20-foot swimming speed,
Okay.
and he's amphibious, so I can send him other there to find the entrance.
Okay. If you guys give the opportunity, the crab familiar can go scout to make sure that this is actually the right place before you go through all of that. At this point, I'm gonna say probably Mel just sends him out anyway.
Oh yeah, no. Or I could put Otto on top of Bella, and they could both go under.
That works too.
I like that. I was gonna say, I feel like I should still go.
Okay.
Yeah, because Otto is not a very good fighter.
So you can either roll me an athletics or a survival check, Bella, and you can do so. We'll say with advantage due to Otto ratatouilleing your guidance.
I got a 12 on the second one.
Was that the
The
higher
first one was worse, yeah.
Okay. We'll say it's not super difficult. So, yeah, you're able to, with a DC of 10, be able to kind of get around the waterfall. It's just that the water is falling from a tall height, but not necessarily that the power is difficult enough to get you through there. So Bella and Otto, on the backside, I'd say the actual falls are probably like 40 foot wide, and there's like a 15-foot opening on the backside of the waterfall that seems to take you through like a little naturally cavernous area.
Okay, can I use my perception to kind of look around to see if there's writing on the wall, or we're looking for a riddle and a guardian? So.
You can do perception, investigation, either of those two.
16.
I am also going to see and hear through my familiar's
Then you
senses.
may do the perception or investigation as well through Otto's eyes. Through Otto's eye stalks, yeah.
Yeah. He has blind sight too, so...
I think that's like, what, 10 feet or something?
30 feet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would and be in regard to creatures, not necessarily like crevices on a wall. But so let's see what the roll is for that, for your perception or
Okay, am
investigation.
I using my perception? I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure I
because it's
used his
your
perception.
it's your eyes through his body,
Okay.
because it's how aware you are of what you're using to see.
Yeah.
If you were asking him to report his vision, then it would be his stats.
Well, I get a 10 anyway. I'm not used to crab eyes.
That's okay. You kind of get a little crabby at the situation.
Bella got a 16.
Yi, you do not see any form of writing or scrawling or notifications. It seems just purely natural.
But the cavern goes farther?
It does. It goes up forward about 30-ish, 35-ish feet, and then kind of makes a slight turn left. At that point, you can't see further down than that.
If I communicate that to the crab, I mean the crab can see it, but he can communicate it back to the party, yeah?
Correct.
I can communicate it, but yeah.
So, I'm gonna speak to the crab and just say, do you guys want to come back here so we can go exploring?
Okay, I am going to go back to my body. And, so it sounds like Bella found the way in. And it's not dangerous, so we should go in, yeah?
It sounds awesome. Yeah. So I guess Sexy's probably spent this time tying the horses up, getting the cart settled,
Okay.
putting the e-brake on, and
Good.
leaving everything but her fancy map from Waterdeep. She'll put that in her waterproof case and
Good.
just shuffle on in. Take a
Okay.
little swim.
It was a
Yeah,
pretty
same.
easy
I'm gonna take
swim.
off all my stuff that can't get wet.
Yi. What's
It was a pretty easy swim, right? Do I
it
need
was.
to? Okay. Let me know if you guys need help. I'll come back.
I can't talk to you through Otto, I don't think, but Otto just like I talk to Otto telepathically and have him like pinch your like I don't know, scales, because you're a turtle, right? And like point back in the direction everybody else is, like suggestively with a claw. Wait, no, fuck, I have message. Ha ha ha.
Perfect. That works.
And I know where you are because Otto does. So I point at you, say message, and let's see. Does this have a limit? No, it does not. So I point my finger towards where you are, and you hear, I'm gonna need help. I'm not a good swimmer.
Bella'd go back. Maybe they can hang on to her turtle shell and we can all drift over.
What is
You wanna
Lyle
check?
doing?
Staying with the carts for now. He's not quite sure how to help at this point, but he's working. Once the carts are settled, he'll join Bella and the others.
Okay. With extra security, you and Sykesy, Lyle and Sykesy work together to make sure that all the horses are well tied up and taken care of. And as Sykesy said, the e-brake is on. At that point, Bella starts to come back across the water and offers to give Lyle, Sykesy, and Mel a little ride on the flotational shell to the other side of the little lake pond.
I mean, that just sounds fun. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's ride a turtle. I guess I've never done that before. That'll be a first.
Same with Mel. You're gonna go ahead and
Yeah. Oh yeah, I have a -1 strength. There's no way in hell I'm making that through there.
with why don't Bella? Why don't you do another check there?
Athletics, yeah.
Yeah, and you can do it with advantage because you've got a lot of guidance, and I feel pretty determined having successfully made it through the first time.
I'm glad you gave me advantage. 17 was the better roll.
Cool. Other side, you get to the back side of the waterfall, no issue. You guys see a 35-foot cave that expands into the mountainside, and rounds a corner.
Alright.
I'm gonna cast Mage Armor on myself.
Okay.
Just in case.
You guys travel for what feels like a half hour navigating a cave. I'm gonna need a survival check from somebody here. The cave splits off into what looks like 3 different directions.
– 17.
Okay, cool. You can hear very faintly and see that one of the pathways has a bit more water to it than the other ones. There's a bit of a breeze coming from that direction in comparison to the other ones that feel a bit more stagnant. So you go that direction, and if everybody is on Roll20, I will change the environment. To that. You come to a wide... The cave goes around, and after like another 20-ish minutes, so another 50 minutes roughly of traveling through caverns, you come to an opening that's got a variety of stone networked bridges and cliff faces that have waterfalls, surprisingly lit torches. Each square on this map is 10 feet. So yeah.
I'm impressed. It's like a little city down here. Suspicious about the lit torches, but grateful for the light.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little sus.
And seeing as Lyle and I used our spell slots in the last encounter, I just want to be super careful.
At this point,
Well-
I'm giving over control.
I mean, they said the riddle of this one was that it's riddles, so hopefully, nothing too dangerous. As long as we can answer riddles.
Okay, you guys want to go forward or to the right?
I mean, let's go the way that's pretty solid. I don't want to necessarily go on the bridges yet, in case they're not structurally sound.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Okay. Are we just moving our tokens like individually? Is that how we're gonna? Okay.
Yep. Over here, you see that there's, it looks like 20 feet down into water as the slope kind of goes down to like 5 or 10-ish feet above the water over here. So it's kind of a downward grade the direction you're heading if you're going forwards, like northern.
I cannot move my token.
Okay, hold on. Let's give that... Oh, that's why I needed you in here earlier, because I have to give you the ability to move your token. And then I didn't ask you to do it. Now you have access to it.
Yay.
Verification, it works? Cool.
Yep.
Let me add...
Oh. That's weird. Well, they're 10-foot squares, but we can only move in 10-foot increments. You can't move into the other half.
If you hold down the Alt on your keyboard, it locks you to the top left of a square. If you hold Alt, you can move to anywhere, even if it's not locked to a spot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just because you're a 5-foot size character, it presumes it's meant to be locked to the top left, which is incorrect.
That makes sense.
Let me
Whoa.
change that in the journal, so now Mel has their own dialogue box there. Okay.
Lyle can hear us. He's just getting me bean water.
Okay, cool.
He's there in spirit.
Ahead of you, there is there's a fallen statue over here. Let me see. There was a once majestic 5-foot tall statue that is now weathered and worn down by the relentless passage of time. The once grand monument was likely dedicated to a long forgotten figure or deity. It is now a mere shadow of its former glory. Details that once adorned the statue's stone surface have eroded, leaving the statue's feature blurred and indistinct. Moss, lichen, and ivy cling tenaciously to the statue's surface. There are stone bridges over here as well. So there's the statue here, there's the stone bridges here, and it looks like a little 5-foot climb up here, which would not impose any check requirement. And there is some form of, like, if you look up here, there's some kind of like floating spherical mist.
The fallen statue seems promising. At least to check out.
So there's mist coming out of it?
There's a hovering 5 feet above this little pedestal. There is a 5-foot ball of what looks like slowly moving either smoke or mist.
Uh,
Does that look like anything to Sykesy?
Go ahead and provide me a insight or perception check.
Okay.
Just let me know which one it is when you do it.
Yes.
while she's doing that, I'm gonna cast Detect Magic from my Whisper Jar.
Okay. What's the
So
range on it?
30 feet.
Okay. From where you...
Am I close enough, or do I have to move closer?
What are you trying... What magic are you hoping to detect, and on what
Well,
object?
The mist.
That is, like... 110
Well-
feet away from you.
Yeah, that's why I wanted
Oh,
to
it's
start
up
with
there.
bench.
Well, I mean, it lasts 10 minutes, and for the duration, I can sense,
Okay.
can use my action to sense a fate aura on any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic.
Okay, cool. So, at this point in time, the statue imbues no magic. That's within
Is
30
there
feet of
any
you. I heard,
right
I heard, one
magic?
second, I heard that, Sykesy was saying something. I had heard them ask a question. Or they were doing the insider perception about the smoke
Yeah, that's
to
all.
see
I
if it
hadn't
looks like
said
anything.
I got an
Yeah.
18 on my insight check.
It appears that for a brief moment, there appears to be like a face that appears through it and then it disappears. It's like the smoke forms what looks like a facade of a face and then dissipates back into just a ball of smoke again.
Guys, that's like a... I don't know, it's like a person-y, not person-y thing. Sometimes
have-
a face.
I have every belief that that is a thing.
Thanks.
I'm just afraid that I'm just making maybe there's a clue on how to interact with the thing. is my thought process, right? So like a warning at the gate
Oh yeah.
before you confront the Sphinx or whatever.
So you're inspecting the faded, dilapidated statue, Bella.
Yeah, to see any text, anything.
I would like for everybody to roll initiative.
Oh boy.
As you're kind of like examining the statue, you notice that there's a swarm of spiders that starts to crawl up Bella's leg.
Sorry, I should move where I probably was looking at the ball.
I got
Bella
a
says, "Hi,
16.
friends."
I got a huge, humongous natural 1. So my initiative's 2.
Give me a moment too, because that's not how big they are. That's not how big the swarm is. It's a
If you're
5
gonna
swarm.
roll a 1, initiative is the time to do it.
True.
Definitely. I was kind of grateful. I'm like, oh god, thank you that it's now.
Let me add. Oh, you're already on the order. Let me add you two. Okay, so we gotta do Bella. You got 6. Sykes, you got 18. Mel, what'd you get?
16.
16.
I did not get an 18. I got a 1. So I'm at 2 total.
2 total. What was Bella's?
I got a 4. I changed
Okay,
it for you.
Lyle?
Oh, I can change my own nice.
I got an 8.
8. And then this creature, whatever this swarm of spiders is, will look at the... I gotta pull out a d20 from my area up here. Cool. They got a 8 as well. But they rolled a 7. What was your dex modifier, Lyle?
Really low. Let me look. +1.
Okay, cool. We'll say that they're before you, or after you, sorry. We'll just put them at a 7, so that way it's easy to discern. And then they are starting to move. They moved into the space that Bella is at, so we'll put this back. So they're behind. They're in the same space as Bella. And with that, it is descending order. Mel first.
Alright, I don't sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of me though, right?
That is correct.
Okay. How big are these spiders?
Probably maybe. This is a swarm of spiders, so it's probably maybe a couple centimeters to an inch for each one.
Oh boy. Oh.
In comparison to like something way bigger, you know, it's just little baby ones.
What do I want to do? I feel like stabbing the spiders would be a bad idea considering they're...
Considering they're on the same space as Bella?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that wouldn't be a good idea. I'm gonna cast Mind Sliver on one of the spiders then, I guess.
Okay, that's cantrip, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You can do it.
And it's
yeah.
one creature I can see within range. It's not an attack roll either.
Cool.
Target must succeed an intelligence saving throw, which should be for me. Where's my spell DC? Where does that show that in D&D Beyond?
Under your spells tab, at the top has modifier spell attack and save DC.
Oh, there it is.
There you go.
Yeah, so
Negative
13.
one. Negative one on their save.
Okay,
So
what they roll though?
We'll just say the damage spreads to the entire swarm.
Okay.
So that,
It only does 1d6 psychic damage.
that's fine. We're gonna consider each of those itty bitty tiny spiders to have a single hit point, but because there's a swarm of them, right? You gotta like,
I killed one spider, guys.
yeah.
I rolled a 1 on 1d6. Okay. I subtract. This is the important part. Subtract 1d4 from the next saving throw they make before the end of your next turn.
Okay. Yeah, that is helpful. Okay. So we're going.
Also, I'm gonna move away from the spider swarm.
Sure. Yeah,
Let's see.
I understand.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm gonna move over there.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
We've got Lyle up next. Can you repeat the damage real quick there, Mel?
1 damage.
Oh, okay, cool.
One spider got absolutely mind fucked.
I'm gonna give a mental, because I forgot Otto's still on Bella. I'm just gonna tell him to act like a spider.
Okay.
Blend in, buddy.
All right.
I'm gonna use my. I'm afraid to chuck a spell at spiders that are occupying the same space as Bella. So I'm gonna use thaumaturgy to create a harmless tremor, which means it's not gonna cause anybody to go prone, but see if it shakes the spiders enough that they want to get out of that space.
Sure. I like that idea.
And then I'm gonna step back.
What was the harmless tremor prestidigitation?
It was thaumaturgy.
Oh, okay, cool. Great. And you're gonna move back a little bit, right? Is what you said.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go like this. So now they're in all spaces except for the one that Bella is in. But they're just spread out. They're not more dense. They're just spread out. If that makes sense. So now you can hit them more easily.
I just want to say real quick, I totally forgot Otto has his own initiative.
Correct.
Yeah, he rolled an 18.
For the sake of familiars and anything summoned, it's always just gonna go immediately after you, so we don't have to
Alright, that works.
add extra chaos or steps. So if you wanted to do something auto related, you can do that as well.
I'm just gonna have him take the dodge action and act like a spider.
Okay, perfect. Okay, cool.
I don't want him to die.
Yeah. Okay, Bella. The spiders climb on you, then the ground around you starts to do little tremors. All the spiders skitter away.
So, I don't know if she had time to say, but when they started climbing on her, she was like, "Hi, friends."
I did hear that.
So I don't know that I don't want to attack the spiders. I feel like, can I try? Druidic isn't like an animal language, and I don't have speak with animal yet. But spiders aren't really animals.
Correct.
But just with her knowledge of nature, and she's not afraid. She just knows
It
that they're
says,
checking her out.
according to D&D,
Spiders are animals.
spiders are considered beast.
Yeah,
Right.
spiders
I
are
don't
an
have
animal.
the spell yet, though, so it doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to well, they're already off of me. I was gonna try to, just guide them off of me, but now they're just around me.
Yeah.
Like hundreds of spiders, or a few?
It's a 5-foot flat areaed surface spread out within the area around you. So it's the same amount of spiders as would normally fit in a 5-foot 5 foot area on the floor, but spread out and more dispersed than where they are.
They haven't actually
minus
attacked her,
one.
right? They're just crawling.
For right now.
Can I step over them since they're off of her now?
You should be able to like do so, yeah.
Because they're just little spiders, right? I
Yeah.
mean,
They're like a couple centimeter to an inch high spiders.
is that gonna give them the like? I mean, are they gonna? Or I don't know if they're gonna attack or not.
I don't think their range is high enough to attack. They all have like a half centimeter to a half inch range.
I don't want to hurt them, right? That's what I'm going for. I'm just
Right.
trying to not invade their space anymore and make them all anxious.
Mhm.
They're just exploring like we are, right? I'm their big statue.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to step over them and step away from them, so I'm not making them anxious anymore.
Okay. Cool.
There's 10. Did they attack me when I moved over them? We're good.
No, they couldn't reach you. they're too
Okay, I'm
small.
just making sure. Like I'm waiting for like the attack of opportunity, right?
They tried. You notice them trying to like, but they're like little tiny legs that are probably barely the length, like the width of your hairs or fingernail. They couldn't
I
reach
just
you.
feel like I don't want to attack them unless they attack me, right? So I'd
Yeah.
rather try to avoid the squishing of the spiders. So for now, I'm just gonna step away from them and try to calm them in Druidic, whether they can understand it or not. I know they probably can't, but I can't talk to animals yet, so that's gonna be me. I will move and ready in action
What's your ready to action?
to smash them with my quarterstaff if they do attack me
Sexy.
or a party member.
Is that torch in the ground like a stone thing that is affixed, or is there like a piece where I could take a torch out of a stand or something?
Roll me a d4. 1, 2, it's wood. 3, 4, it's stone.
1.
Cool. It's a wooden based torch, but it's got a stone placeholder. But you can pull it out.
Okay, Sexy's gonna step up to it.
Mhm.
She's gonna grab it and just start waving it at the ground where the spiders aren't. In just like a knee-jerk reaction, like going back to the mother tongue of being like, ah, gross spiders. And Sylvan, she's just, shoot, get out of here, stop scaring us, go. And just like a broom on the ground, just like foofing the fire at them,
Okay.
trying to get them the fuck out.
Roll me an intimidation check. Or animal handling, either one. Intimidation or animal handling. Probably intimidation because you're bard.
Yeah, she is so intimidating. all scrawny, 5'10" of her.
Yeah, but
It's the
5'10" in comparison to something that's a half inch to an inch tall.
Big 15.
If
on the
you could
intimidation.
hear spiders squeak, you would presume that that's what's happening. Squeak in terror. That's what's happening.
Oh no.
Poor spiders.
As the end of the first round of combat comes, crawling from the edge of this thing, you see a spider leg that's roughly 5 feet long creep around the side of the statue.
I don't like that at all.
As
I'm
that-
having a less good time.
as this one over here rounds the side of the statue.
Why do you have to give the one spider an aneurysm?
Giving
Now the mom's angry.
giving an insight check, seeing a elven creature or a fey creature throwing fire at their children, saying "shush." So we'll see what that does. Cool. Everything is evil. It's trying to hurt my babies, and it's gonna try to attack you.
Oh, great, good.
You could see my 2 though, right?
Yep.
Great. Okay.
Was
Here
I
we go.
intimidating enough that it scared me?
They were scared. Their children are scared. They're running away from you. Mom needs to protect.
Oh.
You were very successful. You did a good job at scaring them away, and that's why.
You did too good of a job, even.
God fucking shit. Lexie's doomed to
It's
die.
a mixture of
Mhm.
instead of choosing to like herd them to safety, you're trying to scare them away from you so that your group is safe, and so that's what's been read. I mean, in other words, the spider sees fire and like hissing sounds because it doesn't understand what you're saying. Does a I'm guessing 13 does not hit, correct?
No, it does. My AC is only 12.
Oh, okay.
I'm a little leather baby.
You take. Let me check. Yep. 3 points of piercing damage, and I need a Constitution save from you.
Super great at these. Oh, she's with a natural AC. That's 19.
Cool. So you only take the 3 piercing damage.
Nice.
And let me add this one to the turn order,
Let me see if it's like a.
and I will put it in descending again. Okay. It is now Mel's turn.
Does that trigger my ready to action since my party was attacked? Sorry, Mel.
I believe you said if the spiders attacked you, but I
Or a
guess.
party member.
Yeah, sure, why not? Let's do it.
I did say it.
It's too. I know,
promise.
but I'm trying to think of the wording that you phrased it, not if an enemy or. But yeah, I'd say the spiders. So we'll go for it. That works. So you can attack the big one instead of having to attack the small ones, if that's what you're trying to do.
I just don't want my party member.
Well,
to
actually,
be
you
hurt.
did say quarterstaff,
Oh.
so you're not within range to attack them.
Can I
That's true.
use a reaction as well?
What is your reaction?
When you and another creature you can see within. No, she's not within 5 feet. Never mind. I'll shut up.
No, check it. It might be within a target, within 5 feet of a target creature. Is it within 5 feet of you?
They have to be within 5 feet of me.
Oh,
yeah,
okay, then
I'm not
no.
close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It is Mel's turn.
Did Bella get her attack?
I'm not close enough.
Bella,
Oh, you're not
Bella
close enough.
stated using the quarterstaff that they attacked her, so the quarterstaff does not reach the range they were trying to. Unless Bella decides to throw the quarterstaff at the spider, in which case it's still the quarterstaff.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't gonna do
It could fall into the water behind him too.
that. No, I'm not gonna throw
Okay.
my one weapon.
Okay. What you got, Mel?
I'm looking. I'm deciding.
Okay.
I just saw it attack Psyche, right?
Correct.
Alright, I'm gonna move up close to Psyche. And I'm gonna Mind Sliver the spider, the big one.
Okay. Oops, sorry.
So yeah, I need an intelligence save.
Okay, hold on. Here we go. Intelligence save of 6.
Okay, so
not
it
me what you're asking.
fails.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I do 1d6 and they subtract 1d4 from the next saving throw it makes before the end of my next turn. And that was 4 damage. So 4 psychic damage.
4 psychic. Okay.
And
Gotcha.
then I'm just gonna wait here next to Psyche, just in case she gets bopped again.
Okay. Lyle?
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and use a cantrip because that's all I can do.
Mhm.
I'm gonna use Sacred Flame to bop it.
Okay.
The target must succeed a Dexterity saving throw. Yeah, 21. A1.
Is there anything that happens if it? I'm guessing not, because cantrip, right?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, cantrip. Nothing.
You moving? You staying where you are?
I'm sorry?
Are you moving? Or are you staying where you are? Anything
I'm
else?
staying where I am.
Okay.
Mel, what did you say your mind sliver did for the next check?
They get minus 1d4.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Good
think
point.
it mattered.
We'll try it.
My save DC is 13,
Oh,
and
okay,
it got
so
a
yeah.
1, so it's not going to matter.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so that. I mean, that still pops my ability. Anyway, so the next save they make, they don't have the minus 1d4 anyway.
Yeah. Okay, cool. They are going to run away because they're gonna actually hold on. They're gonna reconglomerate back into their original size, into their original swarm size, and then try and hide behind the statue now, and hide behind the parent because they're scared of Fire Lady. Bella.
I don't want to attack them, but I'm gonna have to. That's too bad, though. Rip spiders. Okay. I am gonna use a bonus action to cast Shillelagh on myself and my quarterstaff.
Mhm.
And then I'm gonna use my cantrip, my vine whip, or excuse me, thorn whip cantrip, to try to pull that spider away from Sykesy and closer to me.
Okay.
16 to hit.
Yes. And it goes how close? 10 feet?
It does 4 damage and is pulled 10 feet closer to me.
Okay. 10 feet. What else you got?
That's it for now.
Alright. We
I'm
got
ready for next
Sykesy.
time.
Yeah, Sykes's like, fuck no, not again. She's going to use her face step
Mm-hmm.
as her bonus action and go 30 feet to an occupied space. So she's not trying to go too far because she doesn't want to get out of the way, but she doesn't want to get got. So she's going behind Mel over here. And
So wait, you just disappeared.
yeah, I just teleported, like just boop up. and she is pulling out her bow and she's taking a shot at Big Mama Spider.
Okay.
Missing with a 9.
Wait, did you... Oh, you face stepped. Yeah, okay, cool.
Mhm.
What was the hit?
It was only a 9.
Yeah, that misses. Figures is gonna go for the one who did some form of aggression.
So when a creature enters my range,
Mhm.
I get an attack of opportunity with Polearm Master.
Great. Which is
Do you
10 or
want me to-
5 feet.
It's 5 feet. My range is 5 feet.
Cool. Sure, yeah.
That's okay? Okay.
Mhm. No, that's what it's supposed to do. Yeah.
I just didn't want to interrupt you.
No, you're good.
I got a 24 to hit.
Great. What's the
Damn.
damage for it?
6.
Okay. As it comes into range, it raises up on its hind legs, and you can see that there's some kind of like venom dripping from its fangs as it lurches towards you. You like no, and slap it on the head with your shillelagh, right?
And then I say, I'm sorry.
And as you say
Yeah,
you're
with
sorry,
shillelagh.
it curls its legs up into its body and stops moving.
Aw. I had no choice.
It's dead. The other spiders seem to maintain hiding behind the statue and not coming out.
Rip spider. With that in mind, though, can I pull out my herbalism kit and maybe try to collect some of that venom?
Sure, go for a
Maybe
wisdom
not. I
check.
don't know. Okay.
Yeah. Don't be hesitant. I'm open to ideas.
11. Just a straight wisdom check.
I'm
If
gonna
I'm
say
proficient with herbalism kit, can I add my proficiency though?
yes. You should.
So 13.
That's not sufficient to properly get them, but you also don't harm yourself in the process by accidentally jamming your hand into the fang. So you're
Wonderful.
good. So it seems to be that most of the venom has already dripped onto the floor when it lurched back on its legs, as though it was prepared to strike you, and then you try to find some to collect and you just can't find any.
That's okay.
Is anybody going after the baby spiders that are hiding within and around the statue?
Are they still staying behind the statue?
They're staying there.
I am going to stay out here where there are no spiders.
Okay. If people are not seeking out the destruction of the babies, then we will end the combat.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
How are you doing on HB?
I'm not quite bloodied,
Okay.
but almost.
Still
Okay.
above half. Good.
You're fine. Walk it up.
Yeah, I'll walk it off.
This is what a
think-
balanced encounter is supposed to be like. I
I
spent
think
time.
that I'm gonna have Bella use her special item since we've slain a monster.
Okay. Please do.
So, just for funsies and because I want to use my special company item.
Mhm.
Since I slew a monster, I get to add a d10 within the next hour to an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw.
Correct. And that was because you were the one that killed it, correct?
I can give that to anybody who slays a monster. I just
Okay.
happen to be the one who
You
slayed
happen
it,
to be the
so-
one that did it. Okay, cool. Great. Is there a time for it, or is it just kind of like tracking the kill and awarding a little bonus? There's
There
not
is
like
a time
charges.
frame. So that ability only lasts for an hour.
Does it
But I
have
have
like
to grant
uses?
that. Yeah, it does. Over the period of 1 minute, you can study a creature killed by someone in your franchise within the last 24 hours.
Oh,
That's a
okay,
long
cool.
time.
So that means effectively you can give out a bunch of. You can give out one to everybody if everybody participated or killed a creature during the fight.
Now, once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest. So next week, I'll be able to do that again.
Correct. But to be fair, like we could time skip, right? So we could do see if there's any encounters on the way back, and if there aren't any, then you can just take a long rest at the end. You know.
So Bella pulls out an abacus with little skull beads on it and slides one to the side.
Very nice. Why don't you give me a couple minutes here? I'm going to use the restroom, get some water, and then we'll continue the remainder of the area.
Oi.
Get us.
Hello. Welcome back.
Can
Okay.
we continue our perception of the statue?
You sure can. Investigation, insight, or history.
Not well. I got a 1.
Oh,
The baby spiders are climbing over the statue, trying to obscure any possible identifying information. They do not. It is now blocked off unless you deal with the spiders.
I'm gonna hold up my torch again and gently shoo them away and try to do my own insight check.
Okay. Are you doing intimidation or animal handling?
I'm better at intimidation. And I know the mom's not here now.
Insert
I think
shrug and
she's-
DM.
I think she's just gonna try to scare them because it worked last time for her.
Sure, go for it.
Doesn't work this time though. I got a 6.
Yeah, you're trying to scare them out of their home. It's not gonna work. They're gonna stand their ground on their home turf. This statue here.
I'm gonna use thaumaturgy to try and shake them off again, and then use my history to try and see if I can understand what this is.
Okay. They do, just because it's vibrations, they try to cling on as much as possible. Due to the way the situation played out, we can do you can attempt a history check. Yeah, thaumaturgy works. With the statue being so faceless and weathered and worn, there's not even a differential between male or female. It's just humanoid.
Alright, well, I guess the statue isn't helping us. I'm ready to move on if you guys are. I was hoping it would give us a clue on how to deal with the situation, but clearly the statue is doing nothing for us.
So what have we done to investigate the statue so far? We've used thaumaturgy.
History, thaumaturgy to remove the spiders which at this point have climbed back up.
Okay.
They've done in character. You have no clue. They're just looking at things, but
Okay.
You are free to do whatever you believe would be the best way of obtaining information, whether it's
Yeah,
insight,
I'm gonna look over for
investigation,
any hidden levers or things or written scripts on it.
Sure. Do an investigation check then. Or
23.
perception. Okay, cool.
I'm using investigation.
Cool. There you go over, even though there's a large amount of spiders covering everything and making it harder, you don't notice any hidden levers or hidden scripts scrolled into this statue here.
So we're pretty sure the statue is just a statue.
I mean, I have my suspicions, but whatever the mystery is, we're not able to unlock it. I say we just move on. We can't figure the statue part out. Maybe it's nothing.
What is it a statue of again?
It's a statue of a indescript humanoid. There is no facial features, no differential in gender. There's no racial identifiers. There's nothing. It's just been worn and dilapidated to the point where it's got a couple cracks and no possible identifying features.
Say maybe we explore the rest of the cave then?
Yeah, I think we should move on.
Alright, I'm down to see what you have to say here.
This bridge, this is the stone bridge.
This is the stone bridge, correct.
Does it appear pretty stable?
You can do investigation, perception, or survival.
18.
It looks like it's built in a way that the stones are actually going all the way to the base of the water, underneath the water. So they're all the way to the floor.
Wonderful. The path that leads off to the left over here, does it just go down into the water, or does it just end?
With your 18, now you can see that it does continue a little further. Hold on, let me do something real quick. There seems to be some form of container over there.
Oh, I want to investigate the container. Not investigate, because I suck at that. But I'm going that way.
Okay. Can I get a dexterity save from you, as the spray of water from the waterfall there is causing it to be a little bit of a slippery stone, along with the moss and algae that are there. Cool, no issue.
14.
Yeah, you're able to get all the way over there. And from what you can see, there is a chest here. It seems to be made out of stone itself. So it's a stone chest that seems to be just like a rectangular prism.
Sykesy, I'm not Sykesy. Bella calls to the party. Sorry, I forgot who it was.
Identity
Informs
theft
the party
wrong.
that there's a chest there. She's hesitant to open anything that in case it's trapped or something.
Okay.
Does anybody want to come check it out? Because I'm not very wise when it comes to traps and investigation.
I will come. Also, this is what happens when you give a Fae your name. She took your name and gave you hers. But yeah, I'll go over and help investigate or look for traps, I guess.
Sure.
I'm just like moral supporting.
Go ahead
Got
and
this.
roll an investigation check then.
Okay. That is a 24.
Beautiful.
Okay. There does not appear to be any form of traps. Your detect magic still is present. It does not detect any magic either.
Okay, I
Pop.
think it's safe.
We pop it open.
Okay. Inside, you see a smooth, polished moonstone the size of a small egg that rests at the bottom of the chest. Its milky surface seems to capture and reflect the moon's soft glow. Additionally, there's a cluster of small citrine crystals, each emitting a warm golden hue. It is this little cluster is carefully bundled together. There are a variety of silver pieces totaling 8 silver. There is among the gems and silver coins, there's an ancient obsidian arrowhead that seems to be part of a long forgotten weapon. While it does not appear to be a precious gem, it might hold historical value and fetch a few pieces of silver from a collector. There is a small amber shard with an ancient insect trapped within. It lies beside all of the other treasures. While not financially valuable, it can, as other whole pieces of amber, it can still be sold for around 3 silver pieces. Don't worry, I'm also going to paste all of this into the end character section. There's a black, glossy raven feather from a raven that is tucked among the gemstones, perhaps placed there as an offering by a precious adventurer. Though not inherently valuable, it carries a symbolic charm. Some locals believe it brings good fortune. And then finally, a small reddish-brown jasper stone is nestled beside the moonstone. While a little less valuable than most precious gems, its earthly charm makes it a favorite choice for crafting simple jewelry, and can probably be sold for around 2 silver pieces. I will put this into the in-character section.
Does this chest appear to be an offering chest?
Explain
Or just
more.
the raven feather was an offering? I mean, so like druids make offers to nature, so is this kind of something that I've seen in that regards, or no? Just when you said that about the raven feather, that sparked me to think, is this where people come to give offerings that I can tell?
Why don't you roll me a history, insight, or survive. Oh, I wouldn't say survival. History, insight, or nature. It happens to be just a chest of items. It's just a chest of items, is what it looks like.
I can make a history check or a religion check.
Religion works. It appears to be probably a chest that does include offerings to some form of what is perceived a deity or guardian of some kind.
Guys, we killed the spider god.
But was the spider god the guardian of the temple? That's what I'm thinking. Is this offerings to the guardian? I don't want to anger the guardian.
I don't know. I feel like the weird face thing is still up there.
Right, right.
That seems mysterious enough to be a guardian.
And if he sees us take his little offerings, he might be a sad face.
Wait, where did you see the face again?
Oh, the little misty orb thing, it has a face.
I
We
look
can
at the misty orb. Does it have a face?
Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
That is a 9.
No, there's nothing there. It's just a ball of smoke
I-
or mist.
I just look at Sykesy like she smoked something weird.
Good
For the
pun, by the
sake
way.
of-
Smoked something. Good job.
For the sake of just easy travel, we can always get these things on the way out. Maybe we should leave them here for now, and then if there's no issues, we can just pick it up on the way out, because we need to come this way anyway. Is that cool?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
I'm just overly paranoid.
I mean, I wouldn't
Add a
want to
character.
accidentally take something from someone. It wasn't mine.
Out of character, I'm afraid of everything. I'm afraid of traps, I'm afraid of angry spirits.
I'm surprised you haven't checked the ceiling yet.
I know, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to make sure that we catch all the clues. Just stop me
No,
if
you're
I'm being
good.
overly thorough.
No, I
No,
like
you're good. Thorough is good. You're the tankiest person in this party. I think the rest of us are all pretty fucking squish.
Yep.
So
Very
We're
true.
begging you for protection. Please do whatever you want.
if Mommy Turtle doesn't want to play risky, then the rest of us will.
I'm just saying that feather looks really heavy, so for the sake of easy travel, we'll get it on the way out.
Sure.
Yeah, that makes total sense to me. All right.
That'll keep your conscience as light as a feather. Yep.
Okay, let's move on. You said there was no check. This was just a small climb right here.
Correct.
I'm right behind.
Yes, I am between you two.
It's
So you're not
Lyle
right
Why are
coming.
you coming?
Is the water very deep in here?
You can roll a perception check if you'd like to.
I would love to. Okay, that's pretty good. That's a 22.
Jesus.
Looks like it's probably 70 to 80 feet deep.
Okay. Nobody's wearing like heavy armor here, are they? As I look around at my party,
No.
nobody's
Oh,
like
can I
weighed
say-
down.
Is it too late? Before we left that chest, can I just toss a silver coin in it
Sure.
and make my small
You
offering?
head your little offering over, and as you do that, the smoke starts to take a shape.
Oh.
And let me switch it over.
Oh well, that did something.
I'm gonna make it just bigger, and then I'll undo it later. So this is what
my
she looks
God.
like.
Oh.
Oh, she's pretty.
Looks like her wings are dripping with water, and her whole lower torso, it looks like her dress is made out of a mixture of ice, moss, and just dripping water.
All of us can see this?
Yeah, you guys notice that as you look for the face and then look at Psyche, since we're backtracking and Bella's put a silver into the box, the creature takes form. So once you look at Psyche, it transforms into the guardian of the portal.
That's a lot more than a face.
How far? So we're back here because we put a silver coin. I'm gonna move back to where we were.
Okay.
So, is she within shouting distance? Kind of 60 feet. Is that shoutable distance? I don't know.
It is. I want to put Lyle where they were before they moved up. Yeah, you presume she might be.
Hail, Guardian.
Hail Guardian? Oh, like hello.
Like hail, like hello.
Okay.
I cast hail on the guardian.
No!
She might like it. She's made of ice, right?
It looks to be a mixture of ice,
Water, ice,
and
moss.
and moss. Yeah.
You're made of meat. That doesn't mean you like getting hit with meat.
That's true.
Oh, so good.
I'm gonna just wave to her and, hi, Guardian.
She's gonna tilt her head about 45 degrees to the right.
Does
Uh,
she seem smiley or no?
Her wings start to like unfurl a little bit, and then she just sits atop the pedestal and doesn't say anything, making eye contact. But her face. Why don't you roll me an insight check, and anybody else who can as well.
Good, great, thank you. This dice is
You're welcome.
giving and taking away. As a 1, I know nothing.
19.
It looks like she's just observing. She looks very neutral in alignment. Same to you, Lyle. She's the Guardian seems like she is very much just observing and taking in information and trying to begin the observation of personality and what you guys are doing as your actions here.
I think Psyche's so excited to see what is obviously like a fey creature.
Mm-hmm.
She's beginning to clamber up. Because she didn't sense anything bad, so she's just, climbing. Just to the
Can
top.
Bella, me too.
Can I check to see if I've read about any kind of creatures like this in my
What-
studies?
Sure. Roll me history. Sexy.
History?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like what is Psyche's expression here? It sounds like excitement and eagerness.
Yeah, big smile, like wide-eyed wonder.
Okay. She's gonna slightly like spread out her wings and go to ground level and offer her arms out.
Like a hug?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she thinks for a second, like I should be like maybe a little, but yeah, she just runs in.
When you, as you're climbing up and you have a better understanding, she's about 12 feet tall.
Yeah, she's like stretching
Yeah.
to get like as up as she can for like a
She
big
will-
old bear hug.
She will lean down and like pick you up and hold you tight and then put you back down again.
Psyche's going to do a kind of remembering like herself. She's gonna make a deep bow of respect and say in Sylvan to the creature before her, I see the beauty and wonder of the Feywild reflected in your splendorous visage. And remain bowed.
Okay. She seems to be slightly smiling at this point. 23 for history. What history were you hoping to do? I know you said it already, so I'm just asking you to re-clarify.
What kind of creature is this?
This is
Like, have I read anything about this in my studies?
This is very much a fey creature. The basic appearance and height leads you to believe that it's a guardian who's been created or placed in a position that fits their environment and resembles the environment that they're in. It's more so they take the form of what fits their environment the most as the guardian for a portal. Does that answer questions that you were having?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Bella isn't going to hug the guardian, but she'll approach too. I'm glad you liked your offering. And Bella's super proud of herself for recognizing that.
She will slightly bend her head forward with her eyes closed as she rests at the top of the portal. Or I forget what that's called. The perch. There you go. She's now sitting cross-legged, from what you can tell, wings down by her side on top of the perch, just watching.
I don't know Sylvan. I said it in common. She seemed to understand it though.
She seemed to understand it, correct.
That's good.
What are Mel and Lyle doing?
Lyle's getting bean juice, but he's observing.
Okay.
I'm gonna come closer. Let's see. What language is doing now? I don't know, Sylvan. I guess just in comment, I'm going to ask her, would you be so kind as to point the way towards the riddle in the
She
cave?
will use her right arm to point down this direction, where it goes around a corner.
I give her like a quick awkward bow, and I scamper off that way.
Okay. As you guys go that way, the right side of her face goes in a direction where her left eye is looking at Sykesy and Bella, but her face elongates horizontally to maintain eye contact on Mel at the same time.
Well, before we go that way, she hasn't spoken to us, right? At
Correct. No verbal communication whatsoever.
Before I go that way, I'll just ask, can you give us a hint?
She hasn't lowered her arm yet, and leaves it up.
Oh, like the direction of?
That you perceive that as probably what your hint is going to be.
Thank you, I guess.
She's gonna put her arm down as soon as you say thank you, I guess.
Alright, I guess let's go check it out.
What is Lyle doing at this point?
I'm sorry, I'm back from getting more green juice.
You're good.
He's gonna move with the turtle and the Fey folk who seem to understand what's going on here. I am, however, curious to see if there's any religious iconography anywhere around here that could help me understand. Like, is this part of a Fey religion, or is this just all some kind of elaborate Feywild thing?
Sure, go ahead. What would you like to do? Would you like to do perception or investigation, survival? Which of
We'll
those
do-
options?
I guess we'll do investigation.
Okay.
As he tries to get a better sense of the room itself and
Sure.
what's happening here.
Works for me. There does not appear to be any iconography that would indicate any religious value to what's happening. It seems to be based off of the lack of iconography, at least in this area, that there's not any special religious value to this. You gather it's probably a complex faith thing.
Okay. All right. So probably gonna have to end up like selling the color of my hair to somebody in order to get more information or something. Okay. Well, in that case, then he will follow the turtle and try to come out of this without selling something he actually values.
Sure. Sykesy, you're headed that direction as well?
I mean, if somebody probably have to come back and like physically grab her because she's just like bouncing on the balls of her feet, looking up like excited, like a little kid.
Since this is continuing, the creature will come down from where she is, grab you, and drop you off over here. Pat your head, and then fly back to her perch, and dissipate
Go
into.
play with the other kids.
And and then go into her smoke form again.
Oh.
This is the best.
I
Otto
have.
and I are gonna search the area for any rune or anything.
As
kinda
soon as
like-
you round this corner, it's very obvious. There
Oh.
are the whole walls are covered with symbols and runes.
Can I understand any of them?
Give me a moment. Let's do an image that I'm going to put into Roll20 here.
Alright.
Just so it's understood what's happening. If that makes sense, what's happening.
So it's not exactly script runes.
No. It does not appear to be language.
The lights in the middle of the circles, are they all the same or are they different? It looks different in the picture.
There
but-
are different ones.
Okay.
Let me also frame this to separate it from the remainder. Because that was bothering me a little bit. So now there's visual separation between the two. Could you see? Oh yeah, you said you saw it. Okay, cool.
I'd just like to take a look at the picture and see if I can recognize like any imagery or patterns.
Sure. So let's do an investigation or history check from Mel, probably Lyle. Why don't we just do it from everybody, because everybody's going to be curious and checking things out. Was that... Oh yeah, the 21 was old. Okay. From Lyle.
I'm not good at either of those, so I'm gonna do my best here.
It was history and investigation, you said?
History or investigation.
Cool. It's a big 5 either way.
Nice. 13.
Sykes is too
Okay.
distracted.
Yeah, I got a 0.
Oh no.
I'm perceptive,
okay.
I'm not investigating.
We got an
That's
18. We got an 18 from Lyle. Let me provide this information. Hold on, I'm just gonna drag. Actually, no. Any information that Lyle discovers, I'm sure they're gonna share with the party.
Yes.
Okay.
He's not going to hide the information from them.
Okay. I'm just checking. I want to be able to let you choose how your character portrayed information and stuff. This cave alcove seems to contain a series of 5 sets of runes, each representing different elements. There's water, air, earth, fire, and spirit. Based off the
Just
this is
on a whim,
hmm
I'm gonna Sacred Flame the flame one just to see what happens.
Okay.
Does
Uh,
does Sacred Flame actually do fire damage?
Actually, no, it does radiant damage, so I don't do that.
okay.
Now that I look at it.
I know what you're going for. I just, if I remembered it doing radiant damage, and wanted to make sure.
Are you communicating why you didn't do that?
Yeah, they said that there's a variety of runes here on the walls that represent these symbols.
Yeah.
Sexy's gonna pass the still lit torch in her hand over to Lyle.
Okay. He's gonna torch and poke the rune fire, see what happens.
It starts to glow a sense of red.
And if I remove the torch, does it go away?
It does go away.
Okay, so how do you... What do you put in a spirit rune? So the fire rune, I mean, the fire did it. It's some kind of lock. It seems like.
Well, spirit might be holy. Radiant.
No, I don't think that's gonna be it. Why don't you touch it
Do I
with your hand?
detect any magic from these?
Oh, good point. The woman that you saw radiated in like a blue-green aura from that.
Mm-hmm.
Each of the cluster of areas also, once Lyle has like, oh, these areas do this, you're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. They're magical too.
Can I, since we have a question about the spirit one, can I focus on the spirit one and
Mhm.
see like what school of magic, if any?
Does that provide that information in?
Yes.
I'm gonna say, because it doesn't provide a damage type, it provides a school of magic, which isn't.
Yeah.
It seems to be. All of them seem to be, abjuration. The whole thing.
Huh. Interesting. That
Which I
helps
believe
me
is
not
the
at
one.
all.
Which is, I believe, the one that's like a defensive school of magic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You gather. You also see at the from the image there. There's a staircase leading to like a stone slab over there that has a light on it as well.
What were they all again?
All of them were abjuration. All of the elements individually were water, air, earth, fire, and spirit.
Okay.
And then like one super one at the end, or unknown one at the end?
The one at the end also has an aura of abjuration magic. No. But it seems a bit stronger than the remainder.
Have we looked at the pictures on that one? Can we go
There
check
are
that
no
one
there
out?
you can when you go over there to examine them. There are no images on there. It appears to be what happens when the other ones are taken care of.
Did the portal at the end do anything when the fire was put on the fire?
It did a slight spiral towards the center from the outside of a circle. It did a little spiral of red towards the center.
How far away? I'm sorry, I have so many questions. How far away? Like, if I touch one with one hand, can I reach another one with another?
Each of them are about 10 feet apart.
There's 4 of us and 5 of them, so if you have to continuously hold it, that's what I was thinking in my head.
There's
Like, hold a wet hand to one and hold a, whatever, dirty hand to another.
Well,
We have
Let's
Otto too.
first... But yeah, that's true. We also should first conquer what makes the spirit one light up, right? That's the tricky one.
I am going to sit down and start ritual casting a spell.
Sure.
So I set up my little pentagram and like candles and stuff.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna cast Unseen Serpent.
Cool.
So now we have a fifth person.
Who happens to be a spirit?
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell the Unseen Serpent, could you go touch that rune?
When you do that, there's kind of an eggshell whitish hue that spirals from the outside of the circle at the end of door towards the center, as well as the
Yes.
actual panel lighting up.
All
And
right.
he just puts his hand there, and like, you can see the mistish kind of form just like turn to look at you, but there's no eyes or face or anything. It's just kind of like a little invisible spectral guy.
Yeah. He lasts for an hour.
Sexy's gonna pick up a little rock off the ground and put it on the earth one and see if that does anything.
That does do something. There's now a kind of like tannish line that spirals towards the center.
I'm gonna spit on my hand and put it against the water one.
I was gonna rub my hand on the ground or spit in my hand. Dang it, you guys.
Now you
I
have
also
to blow.
thought about peeing on my hand, but then that was gross, so I thought that
Oh,
might be
ew.
nicer.
The spit doesn't seem to do anything.
Oh,
Anybody
here, I
happen
have
to
a
bring their
wine
water
skin.
skid in here?
I
There's
do.
like water
Here.
on the ground. There's like it's
Yeah,
running through the
the-
rocks.
There is water in the ground that you're running, like standing on too.
Oh,
Are you guys
then I will
talking
scoop
about
some into my
peeing?
hands and put it on there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's the waterfall,
I
okay?
didn't
It just
realize
makes
there
you
was
want
I
water
guess
right
if you
here.
have to go, I suppose 2 for 1. But
So
otherwise,
far we have the spirit and the water one and earth one taken care of.
I'm gonna go ahead and hit the fire one with the torch.
Fire's taken care of. We have only the air one left.
Start blowing.
I'll go
Blow.
I'll go blow on the air one.
purse your little turtle lips and blow. Like how did that even look?
Does she even have lips?
Like it's. Why did we leave the person who doesn't have normal lips?
Good job, guys. Teamwork.
On the bright side, we know she does breathe. So
Yeah.
You don't need lips to blow.
Whoa.
Calm down.
That wasn't dirty.
Pardon
Like, you can
me.
blow without lips.
Stop saying it.
I believe
I'm not
you,
saying
Bella.
anything bad.
The only thing dirty here is the mud on underneath your feet. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. Moving
the only
forward.
thing dirty here is my
I mean,
brain.
this has got to be the weirdest Dungeons and Dragons encounter ever. We've got a turtle that's trying to pee on everything. And then talking about how you don't need lips to blow it.
She's not a turtle, she's a turtle.
That's totally different, alright?
That's one
Wait,
vowel
I have a
away.
question.
I'm
Does Bella
responsible.
have flippy flappies or stippy stompies?
You're like the
Flippy
Teenage
floppy.
Mutant Ninja Turtles weird ant.
Oh, like hands you're talking about?
Yeah, is she a turtle or a tortoise?
The pictures, I don't know if the pictures aren't webbed in like the D&D book, so I'd say they're not.
Based off the name of the race, we're gonna say tortoise. Because
And also
it's
there's
not...
no swim speed, so she wouldn't be webbed.
Well, technically all tortoises are turtles, but not all turtles are tortoises.
Well then, whatever is the most historically accurate.
But yeah, I was just asking personal preference. Do you have stippy stompies or flippy flappies?
I don't know that I have a preference.
Alright.
Flip.
With the turtle who's deciding to blow, we've got the door that opens up as all the panels are taken care of. We're gonna change out the image as on the other side of the portal or other side of the door, it slides open and it slides, like, drops down into the ground. Like the door goes into the ground now. And on the other side is a room that has water that is kind of lavender purplish in hue. A little waterfall. There's some like little red butterflies that look kind of like bats at the same time. Hold on, let me just show it to you. And then there's a circle that leads to an area that has quite a large amount of waterfalls. So let me just real quick put this here for you. There you go.
That's pretty.
Oh, hold on. Let me
Can I
delete
ask
that
how
one.
big these butterflies are?
They look to be probably 3-4 inches full wingspan.
Regular butterfly sized. Okay.
Yeah,
You never know with the Feywild.
yeah. So it looks like there's a section here that starts to become more chaotic, a little bit more fantastical.
Where are we in this scenery here?
You are at the edge of the old door at the top of the staircase before entering into an area where the cave continues and then starts to descend into the purplish lavender water.
The purple lavenderish water, it's just a pool on the ground that's coming from that waterfall in the picture?
Correct.
And then it stops? I mean, is there a pathway not in the water?
There is not. The only thing is the, like, kind of tree rocks, like petrified wood, that seems to be kind of carved and bent and shaped to form circles.
Is there a path up to the waterfall and up to the circle? Or are we gonna, like, is that climbing?
That would be swimming and climbing, or acrobatics athletics to get there.
And that's another giant waterfall in the circle there?
Let me pull up the other image too. I don't know if... So if you look at this one, you're at the top of the staircase right there.
Right. In the other picture, the taller circle, this is another waterfall?
Correct. From what you can see, this whole area, that big circle, looks to be like 60 feet up and down. The waterfall is about 30 feet. It's large. Here. The butterflies are small, but everything else is eerily, like, large but peaceful.
Are they kind of just staying in their zones? They're not going in and out of... That looks like it's like a window to me, that big circle up there.
Mm-hmm.
Are they coming in and out of the window?
They seem to be, yes.
Is this another puzzle, or is this like the entrance to... I'm asking the group what they think. Did the clue say there were multiple puzzles?
It said that Whispering Falls, behind cascading falls, intricate riddles must be solved to activate the portal, and you must heed the guidance of the guardian spirit.
Yeah, intricate puzzles, plural. So, guardian spirit didn't really advise us very much, though. It just pointed.
That was pretty straightforward for a Fae, though.
Well, I
There's
do
no
want to point
advice
out
to be heeded.
it says specifically tales of those who found themselves lost in the ethereal realm and the importance of heeding the guidance of the guardian spirit.
I'd love to heed the guidance. I just didn't get any.
Yeah. I think that's more if we get lost.
At this point, the 12-foot tall ice moss woman. I mean, I guess she's technically kind of like an ice moth a little bit because of the wings. Is standing directly behind you and will
Oh god.
decide to, with a whoosh, fly over your heads through this area and stand on the rock that's in the center of that picture.
I jump about 6 inches in the air when she whooshes overhead.
And it was silent too.
Cool,
Oh,
she's
that's-
half owl.
All right, well, that's pretty straightforward guidance. Let's go. And Sykesy just starts making her way.
I'm gonna let the Fey Lady go first.
You notice that roll me perception, insight, or survival check, Sykesy.
Okay. I think they're all the same. They are. It's we'll say for the sake of it, it's perception.
Okay,
It's a 7.
cool. What are you doing?
I'm just climbing down towards where
Where
she
she is?
landed.
Okay. She is going to notice that you're headed towards the water. You see a face of panic, and she bolts towards you and picks you up before you put your foot in the water.
Oh. Okay.
And then lifts you up like half a foot, and then puts you back down like 5 feet back, and then we'll go back out to the rock.
Is there a way to go around so we can skip on the rock and go over? Like,
It's probably 15 to 20 feet out, and it looks like the walls are kind of slanted towards the water. So if you did athletics or acrobatics, you would be able to climb or be able to kind of like run along the wall. The only issue is it is covered with moss/algae, so it might be a bit slippery or difficult to get there without falling into the purple lavender water.
How far is she from me on the rock?
She is 20 feet from where you currently are.
Okay. And does it look like she's trying to lead us past it, or is like that just where she is?
It looks like that's where she's standing. Roll me an insight.
God.
She's
A
just
9.
standing. She's just standing there right now.
Can I see her doing anything?
Besides preventing Sykesy from stepping into the lavender water, no.
I'm just gonna try to talk to her. Hey girl! Thank you for your help before. Is this a new riddle?
She will give.
Smiley, happy, wavy.
She will give a shrug. And then remain silent and not say anything still.
Do you want us to come to the rock that you're on? See if she responds.
When you say that, she remains completely stoic and does not respond at all. She just stands there waiting.
Waiting for what, though?
Oh, you know what? We could do that too. Let's put this. For the visual, let's go ahead and put that like that.
Oh, what? Like what?
Hold on, give me a second.
Okay.
There you go. On the map.
I don't know what to do.
She's just standing there now in the middle on the rock, so you can see a visual location of where she is.
Alright, you know what? Fuck it. I am going to start doing some like light stretches,
Okay.
like somebody does before an event.
Sure.
Does the path down to the stone look? Is it wet?
It does, but it's Sykesy is 5 feet away from the water's edge, and she seems to be okay.
Okay.
But you did also notice that the Guardian prevented Sykesy from stepping into the water.
Okay. But like the actual cliffside itself isn't wet.
It does look like it's covered in algae and would be more on the difficult side to maneuver around.
Okay. I'm gonna try and like run my way down there through
Okay.
like the least slippery path I can kind of pick out.
You want to do
Being
acrobatics?
more acrobatic
Yep.
than I am being athletic.
Perfect.
I'm not fighting it. I'm just kind of like sliding my way down.
Yep. Let's go ahead and do the acrobatics check.
16.
Okay. You're able to get kind of like by running at an angle, like a skateboarder on a half pipe. You're able to go up one side and then smoothly go back down and land like right here, next to her on that side. And you're just
Cool.
there right now. With that, she will move back a little bit more to up here.
Motherfucker.
How far is it from here to where she is now?
I would say it was 20 feet the first time, so we'll say 50 feet total this time.
Do any of you have any rope?
I have rope, but I'm back here.
Throw it the end to me.
Okay. I throw it.
Cool. I'm gonna need it to hit and a dex save from. I need it to hit from Bella and then a dex save from Mel.
23 to catch.
Cool.
I'm just gonna roll it like I'd hit with a quarterstaff.
Yeah, that works.
9 with
Um,
strength.
with the ability to like throw it out super far, Mel is super ready. You throw it. I'm presuming you were aiming it so the end would hit exactly where Mel was, right?
I was trying so he could catch it.
It falls into the lavender water and it starts to like sizzle and dissipate into red smoke. You've lost 15 to 20 feet of rope on that.
What a waste of rope.
Do the little, like, butterfly bat things avoid the water?
From what you've noticed the entire time that you've been here, none of them have landed or touched this water.
Okay.
Does it? What's the? There's like I'd have to. What do I have to do to get to where the lady is now?
Probably another acrobatics check. Except it'll be a DC higher, slightly.
And we know stuff melts in the water. That's comforting.
Nobody's pushing you to go into an area you're not comfortable going. She's just
Bella
standing.
is gonna try to hold her hand out and see if one of the butterflies come to her or land on her hand.
Roll me an animal handling check.
A what check?
Animal handling.
$14.
They kind of, maybe one or two of them fly near you, but none of them land on your hand.
Wonder if the butterflies can help us somehow, is what I'm thinking. She's gonna try to speak to them in Druidic. She doesn't know Sylvan, all she knows is Druidic, to see if they respond in any way.
When you do speak to them, they don't seem to have any form of response. Roll me a survival check, Bella.
"13.
The only thing that you gather the butterflies are there to help you with is the fact that none of them are landing on or near the water. The only reason that the Guardian stopped is because Psyche is part Fae.
Is Bella within 60 feet of me?
Yes, Bella's within 60 feet of you. The entire chamber all the way across to where the Guardian is 50 feet from where the rest of the party is. So you're only 15
Is there-
feet away.
Does it look like there's anything up the cliffside that you could tie a rope to?
There are a variety of rocks that jut out, but how sturdy those rocks are, you might be able to find one that's at an upward angle enough to be able to do that. Why don't you roll perception check? 12 or higher.
I only have 30 feet of rope left after 20 was disintegrated.
Yeah, that. I should have had my unseen servant come over and get it from you, but I wasn't thinking. So perception, I got a 5.
Okay. Yeah, from what you're able to look around and see, all of them wouldn't be sturdy enough to hold somebody's weight if you were to put it there, because the slippery, the amount of slip resistance it has would not be enough.
Psyche, how many times can you do your little disappearing trick?
Twice more.
You could just try that, yeah. I mean, if the goal is just to get up there to the window seal, maybe that'll open a path.
I mean,
I'm at a loss, I can't think of anything else.
is there, if we're just, I mean, if we try to like run it, you know, we have to make a check, right? If we're just going
what?
slow and like around to get to like where Mel is by the first spot, if we're just trying to get there, we don't have to like run it. Can we just like slow and steady it?
If you slow and steady it, the most you'll get is advantage, not a guaranteed success.
Okay. Okay.
And even that, sometimes it's better to go fast when something is slippery, because there's less chance of you actually falling. Because the longer you're there, the more time you have to fall.
Yeah.
Psyche, since the spirit won't respond to me, maybe if you try to ask it, it seems to favor you, since you're Fae. Even though I gave it an offering, it seems
did.
indifferent to me, but it
I
likes
think-
you.
I think it really liked that though.
It
maybe
only
they'll
appeared because you put the offering there.
But it like gave you a hug and has been super cool with you, so maybe if you ask it for a hint, it might help us.
It did give that. But I think it would give you a hug too if you wanted one.
I don't want a
Not
hug,
that
I
that
want a
matters
hint.
right now. Yeah. Ma'am, is there? I mean, this doesn't seem much like a riddle. Is there a element to this that we're missing?
She's not gonna say anything or move. The butterflies will form a line in a path that kind of they're spaced out enough to like make dots going along the left wall to the rock in the middle, up the right wall, and then kind of down the little embankment to where she is currently standing.
All right,
Well,
that works for me. I'm gonna try and follow this path.
I guess we try.
Just don't fall and get disintegrated in the purple water.
All right, so I'm already kind of halfway out here, right? So I'm gonna keep going.
Okay.
Another. Acrobatics?
Yeah. 15.
16 again.
Good. Cool. You're able to like go up this the side here to here, and then you're able to do like a dive slide onto this section over here.
Okay. Am
So-
I at her yet, or is there still more to go?
Now you are right there.
Cool.
She moves like 5 or 10 feet back to up here. And at this point it sits down. So we'll put her
I'm gonna-
butt level on the windowsill there.
I'm gonna make my way over to her.
There's no check for that. It's like 5-10 feet back from where you are.
Alright. I'm just gonna sit down next to her then.
Okay, I can't do that. I gotta put her in the back. Move to back. Nope. I gotta move this now back. Okay, good. Cool. Yeah, now I can move you up. Great.
Okay.
The Guardian and Mel are now on the far side of the room.
Yeah, I'm not gonna risk it. I'm not gonna make acrobatics checks that successfully, and I don't want to fall in a pool of acid. So, if Mel sees something, maybe we can help Mel. But there's no way Lyle's gonna be able to Mario his way across there.
Fair enough. Mel, you see from through this thing, it looks like a completely different universe.
I think this big thing is the portal.
Oh, I was expecting a portal to be like shimmery or portal-y, but I guess not. That's it. That's the portal.
I mean, it looks a lot different when you're up here.
Yeah, the like when you're up this close, like you can see that what was behind it is like you can see that on one side of the circle it's just cave. Now that you've gone up there, on the back of this portal it's just cave, but from the perspective that the people on the other side are looking at it, it's it looks like it's just a window, but that actually is the portal itself. When you were on the portion down there, like on this portion, you could see that behind it there was not any window. None of that giant waterfall was back there. It was just more lavender water. So this is kind of like a little circle put on the side of the like the top and side of the wall that actually leads to the different plane of existence.
Okay. It kind of seems like it's already active then.
Is it stable?
How do I tell if it's stable?
I mean,
Ask the Guardian.
Okay, I'm gonna ask her in common. Is the portal stable?
She will, in response, go from sitting down to lying down in like the curved portion of the portal. That's
Yes.
She does not provide any definitive answer to you.
You know what? I'm gonna sell a crab through, or send the crab through.
When you do send the crab through, you realize that the crab is now falling because there is no. On the other side, it's around a 100 or 200 foot drop into a gigantic lake below.
Alright. Well, he's a crab, he can swim.
Yeah, but the fall damage from that is gonna be a lot of falling, and then the fall damage of 200. I don't know
Oh
what the
yeah,
max
that's right. Because D&D
velocity.
doesn't have accurate falling
velocity.
doesn't have accurate falling physics. So a crab falls with the same amount of force as something larger, even though it shouldn't.
Even though it's into water. Well, and can he see that because the crab is now in another plane?
They, not he.
Oh, sorry.
Um,
Uh, I don't believe that Find Familiar allows you to see through, but you would be able to receive the information back.
yeah.
How
I
many
can't see him
hit
falling through
points
the window.
How many
He is too.
you saw him fall.
So
The
yeah,
most
I'm
you
pretty
see-
sure Otto is poofed.
Yeah. And how many hit points was it?
2.
Oh yeah, no.
He's gone.
No matter, even if it was only from 10 feet, he would probably have died, right? Or poofed.
He
Oh, he
fell
didn't
into
die, he
water
just
or
got
onto
desummoned.
ground.
Yeah, desummoned. Which I believe takes currency to revive. For Find Familiar.
Let's see.
I could be incorrect.
You're telling me the little crab could reach terminal velocity?
I'm telling you that if he fell off of a rooftop, he would die.
Oh.
Was it just like a really bad like belly flop for the water?
Water doesn't make it. If you're falling from 200 feet, it's gonna feel like cement, not water.
I think the point D&D doesn't have accurate falling physics, so it's fine.
Rest in peace, Otto.
He's not dead.
Well, no, he's not dead. He's just resting peacefully right now until he's resummoned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's resting in peace right now.
I mean, I think we could
exactly.
say that this is stable. Let's just give the instructions on how to open up the gate, or open up the
Yeah.
the 5 ruins, and we can submit this one as stable.
Well, there's got to be a way to get through it. How would anybody get through it
Well, they can fall through it.
and
I
die?
think- I think
Our-
this
our-
is a great one to report because nobody can actually get through it and
Yeah,
survive, right?
our assignment is not to increase Feywild tourism. It's just a report on whether or not the portals are stable and to discover them. So I would call this one mission accomplished, and let's stop throwing familiars into it.
Oh, I wanted to ask her if the area on the other side was safe. I mean, besides the fall damage, like, is it a safe area of the Feywild? An inviting area, I guess? Does she respond at all?
Repeat your question, please.
The area on the other side of the portal, is that a friendly area of the Feywild?
She's confused what you mean by friendly. Because everything can be friendly or hostile depending on the individual's actions. So she doesn't know how to respond to your question.
Nothing's going to attack us right away if we go through there? If we figure out how to not die?
Yeah, if you can maybe survive a 1 to 200 foot drop, you should be okay.
Okay, we need to get more rope. Maybe, I don't know.
You do notice.
Just tell
well,
people to bring rope if they're going.
Mel, you notice that the water at the bottom is not
Mhm.
lavender.
Oh, that's important.
On the through the portal.
Can I take out my calligrapher's supplies and try to do like a quick sketch from up here?
Sure, yeah. Let's do survival, history, dexterity. One of those.
I'm gonna do history. That is a 23.
Cool. That describes how accurately you can describe this information
Cool.
to be able to record
Um,
it for future historical purposes.
I turn to our guardian, the guardian lady. Is there any chance you could fly me back to everyone else? I know you probably can't take people over here, but can you take me back to them?
She looks at you, and while you're maintaining eye contact with her, you realize that you're looking at her from 50 feet away on the other side of the water.
What?
Oh, hi, Mel.
You're back over here.
Thank you. I'm gonna pull the sketch out of my like little notebook and hand it to Sykesy.
The Fey creature is going to teleport behind all of you again. That's gonna close. So is this. She's gonna put her hand out at like most people's waist level, but Lyle's head.
Does she look like she's looking for like an offering? Like, how is she holding her hand? Is it like open, ready to receive something?
Correct. She will use her left hand and like kind of pinch the bottom of her hand that she's holding out, extend it out, and then bring it up in kind of like a teardrop shape, and it's gonna provide kind of like a smoky illusion of a glass vial made out of ice. But it looks like a smoky illusion. It doesn't look like it's real. And
I don't
then
understand.
the vial dissipates into little vapors, and then her hand remains open.
Don't.
Well, we don't know that for certain.
Would be in
I don't
poor
understand what
taste.
the Guardian's doing. I'm trying to see it in my head. So she went back over to her pedestal.
No,
She held out her-
she's over next to you guys, not on her pedestal anymore.
Oh. So she's standing there with her arm out, and she made like a fake ice vial, and then it dissipated?
In the hand that she
looks
had
like she's asking
outstretched,
for something.
it looks like she's asking for the thing that she created. It looks like she's asking for some form of container.
I have glass containers.
How many do you have?
I was given glass containers by the company. I have. Let me see where they are. Man, I came really prepared, I guess. I didn't mean to, but I did.
Yeah.
Nice.
I just gotta find where I decided to put them. They're like waterproof belt pouch with 5 containers of some sort. Let me just find that text you sent to me, because I
Okay.
didn't put it in here very accurately.
Sure.
And what was that Mel gave Sykesy?
A sketch of the area, because you're our mapper, right?
Yes. So like the sketch of what you could see in the portal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
From like
5
the
waterproof
viewpoint of the
belt
portal.
pouches in which to store creature parts or other tools. So are the waterproof belt pouches glass? It doesn't say what they're made of.
It would be a container.
I'll give her one of those. See if she likes that.
She's gonna go to the area that was, or actually, I guess she's just gonna vanish in a poof, and then she'll reappear in a poof and hand it back to you.
Is it filled with something now?
It feels like it's filled with some kind of liquid.
Is the liquid purple?
At this point, it is yes, but much lighter than the other one was. It's more like salmon instead of lavender.
Thank you.
She doesn't respond to anything, but that was me as the DM saying that. She's silent the whole time.
I don't know what to do with this.
I am going to. I feel like emptying out my water skin is not a good idea.
I have 5. You want one? You want to try? Maybe it'll be a different color. Here you go.
I doubt it, but okay. Yeah, I give her. I hold it out to her and it's like, can I have one too, please?
She poof, return, same thing, salmon color.
Thank you. I'm gonna close out the pouch of liquid.
You're gonna close it out?
No, close it, because
Okay,
like
yeah.
the top, so it doesn't spill.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna give her a small bow.
She will reciprocate.
We now have magical Tide Pods.
I don't understand what she's giving us. I don't know what this is or what this is about. Is this a new riddle? I'll ask her.
She sticks her hand out again.
Is it a blessing?
To that she will actually provide a response with a gentle forward head nod.
Like an affirmative one?
Correct.
Oh, okay. And it's safe to drink?
She will then return her head backwards up again, returning her head to
What is
the
that
original
mean?
position.
She's not answering. I just have to take a leap of faith right now. A fey leap of faith.
A leap of fae. Yeah.
I
Are you gonna do it? I'll do it if you do it. That way, if we
I was-
both die, we can be bitter together.
I was going to ritual cast Identify on the water, but
Oh yeah,
if
do
you
that.
want to chug, we can
No,
chug.
yeah. Totally do that. Can actually. Oh, now I need to drink it with my little brew thing. I was gonna see if I could identify it, but I need to taste it to do that.
So you're gonna
No,
wait
I
for
can't cast
identify?
Identify. I don't have the pearl yet.
Ah, true.
I think a pearl worth at least 100 GP. So yeah, no, I can't do that yet.
So identify is not an option right now.
I know.
Let
I
me
say we do it.
Let me see if the brew thing actually says I need to taste it. Let me see here. I need to go to that. I need to open that little page real quick.
I mean, if you want me to drink one, I'll. If you want to give her another vial, I'll just drink it. If it's a blessing, it's probably good.
I don't know. If you're volunteering, I say you go first.
Sure. Do you want me to drink one of those two, or get a third one, if she'd oblige?
Oh, get your own.
Bella will hand you a vial. Or a
Thanks.
thingy bobber.
Thanks for the thingy bobber. And then I offer it to the guardian.
Poof poof. Salmon liquid.
Thank you. Sexy pops open the cork and knocks it back.
Let's see your position here. As soon as you ingest this salmon colored liquid, you hear a tremendously large amount of like whispers and chatter, and it's hard to focus. Can I get a either perception or a constitution check from you?
My perception is much better, so I'm going to do that. That is... Oh my gosh. 18.
You're able to focus in on one of the whispering, and you hear, "It's a nice day to be a plant here in the cave in the whispering ants."
Oh! I'm going to go over to the plant and I'm going to join in its song. Like, without telling anyone anything else, I'm just gonna start singing with, like, a little patch of grass on the ground near me.
At this point, the entire patch of grass starts to harmonize with you. Singing about
Guys.
being a whispering plant and how it's great to be alive.
Guys, you don't hear it. These guys have beautiful voices.
She has lost her mind.
Are there any like big plants in here that she can talk to?
You're talking to plants?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you see her leaning forward on the ground, talking to a patch of grass and singing to it.
Although it's scary, I feel like Bella would like to talk to plants because she's all about that life. So, bottoms up.
Cool. You understand? You kind of confused and a little weary about like what that would be. Like what Sykesy is doing and why she's so like happy singing to a patch of grass on the floor. And then as soon as you drink it, you're like understand when she said, yeah, they're talking, and then you can understand, and they're very like very melodic and harmonizing with Sykesy.
I will also go sing with the plants.
Okay.
Are all the plants talking everywhere, or
All the
just
plants
these
everywhere are talking. That's why originally the description was like incoherent whispers and coming from numerous directions. Is because a very large portion of this is like talking amongst themselves and having unique conversations.
Yeah, like two little like two little like ferns in the corner. Like, oh my god, did you hear Stacy? It's like,
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
put the
that's a big-
psychoactive pink water in my bag.
Okay.
That's a big deal. That's a level 3 spell. Bella is super fascinated by all of the plants, and she wants to know everything, so she will talk and talk and talk to them.
For sure. What did you want to know?
The secrets of the universe and everything to do with nature.
Well, our friend
be there
over
when-
our friend over there, Jason, he likes to pick his nose sometimes. It kind of leaks when it goes down the stem, but that's fine. He just kind of like stabs it against a little weed in the ground, and then it's like, ooh, my nose is leaking.
What's up with that
I'm-
broken statue back there, plant friends?
Which one? I can't see it.
yeah, you gotta get to the ones who are down by the plant statue.
I can't.
Can't let the statue go. Like, I gotta know.
You guys are literally like up here, talking to these ones over here that can see the hallway, but they can't see the pit. There's earth
Like-
and stone in the way.
Like, holy shit, there's a statue in here? Cool. Like,
Do many fey creatures come through this way?
Hardly anybody comes this way. What is a fa creature? Is that thing? And she'll point to
Or
the
like
guardian.
any humanoids? Do humanoids come through here a lot to go through this path?
Sometimes they lay down and they make weird sounds, but otherwise, no, not really.
So it's not a very active portal.
It seems like people maybe use it as like a romantic date spot. And it
Oh.
oh.
Right up next to the crazy runes and the poison water.
Well, the poison
Super
water was locked
prominent.
behind the door that you guys had to still open that nobody tried to figure it out.
Is that door still open?
That's still open.
Do we need to close it?
It doesn't look like it can be closed.
Oh, I don't want just like unsuspecting people to like burn in the acid water or fall through the 200-foot drop.
Insert shrug in DM. This is a permanent change to the environment.
Hey guys, do you think that maybe? Well, I'll ask the guardian. Do you close the portal, or should we close the portal? She probably won't respond right, but I'm gonna try anyway.
She looks dissatisfied with you.
Dissatisfied?
Talking about closing the portal.
I don't want to close it. I just don't want anybody that shouldn't be here to mess around with it. It was locked for a reason, though.
She's gonna go back over to her pedestal and turn into the smoke.
Well, I don't think anybody who shouldn't get back there is gonna get past her. I mean,
That's
she
a
can
fair
just
point,
pick
I
me up.
suppose.
She can teleport. She teleported Mel.
I
So
was
I
just
think-
trying to protect the Feywild, but if she doesn't like that idea, then I don't want to mess with
You
that.
gather that though, since the water is like 70 to 80 feet deep, she might be able to teleport people 70 to 80 feet underneath the water. And maybe they wouldn't be an issue anymore.
Okay, so the portal's protected and we're cool.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Good
that
thing
got
we
kind of
didn't-
dark.
Until
thing
some
we
poor
didn't loot
water
that
genasi
chest.
comes in and dies of starvation. Like,
Good thing we didn't loot that chest. I don't know if a two silver piece amber was worth it.
You could take the feather now, see what happens.
No.
Okay.
let's go ask the plants about the statue.
You're gonna go ask the plants about the statue?
Yeah.
I need to
Okay.
let the statue go. I'm just upset about the statue because
No, we
We
gotta
failed.
lean harder. We gotta lean harder.
As
We
you
only
approach,
fail if we give up.
as you Sykesy approaches the statue, you hear numerous tiny little voices saying, "It's the one who killed Mom."
oh, animals too. Or beasts
Evil
too.
creature! Why you kill Mother?
I'm sorry.
No, that was the Sykesy. And you.
If
I'm-
I can hear it, I'm gonna apologize.
Apologies, Mother, not bring back.
I know.
Well, I didn't want to die.
I'm gonna feel bad about that forever.
They're gonna try to like cover as much of the statue as possible.
It's alright. I'm going under some grass.
Okay.
On the bright side, they're
Obviously.
spiders. They're probably just gonna eat her.
True.
She was gonna provide more vials, but the question of like, are you gonna close the portal? And she like got frustrated and grumpy, and then went to her hidey spot.
I didn't say it sassy. I was just trying to protect the Feywild.
It's fine. She's still upset about it, but it's okay for now.
You implied she's not enough.
Yeah.
I didn't mean it that way or even think about her guarding it. I just was trying to undo the wrong that we may have done. That's all. It was total good intent.
Neat.
I believe you.
Like clean up our own mess sort of thing. I wasn't trying to inflict anything bad.
So Sykes gonna get down like a little dandelion in the ground.
Okay.
Hello, friend. How long has this statue been here?
Well, hold on, let me check something.
When you ask the plant that only grows for a single season how long something.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was asking. That's exactly what I was
Yeah.
gonna. That's okay. So from what I can see, it says, on the other hand, annual grass gives 1 year long. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's been that way. It's been the home of many little baby spiders for a long time. I don't know. They kind of grow up, make more spiders, and then dissipate, and then leave, and then I don't know.
Gotcha. Who's the oldest plant that you can see from here?
Well, I don't have eyes. So yes.
That you can hear talking.
Oh,
Who's bragging about all the back in my day, you know.
I can only hear like 5 feet, man. I don't know what else to tell you. You can do a perception check to try to find older plants and find it yourself because it gathers this is probably not going to be useful. It looks
I got
like
a
the
17
okay.
for old plant.
There is this growing like flowered fern that's over here.
All right, I'm gonna tap Bella's shoulder. Hey, that guy over there, I think he's the oldest one. So if anybody's gonna know about your statue, maybe that one.
Well, we can talk to him on the way out. He's probably too far away from the statue. I can get over the statue. I'll be over the statue now. We can move on if you like.
Okay.
Alright, what is everybody else doing? What has Lyle been doing? You've been quiet today.
I've just been letting them do their things. I mean, this is mission accomplished for Lyle. He's ready to move on to the next one.
Okay. Mel, same?
Mel is trying to trip sit.
You're kind of quiet. It's hard to hear you.
Oh, sorry, my boom was up. I'm just trying to trip sit the people chalking the plants and make sure they don't fall in the water because I don't know if it's just chalking the plants or if they're like not all there right
Sure,
now.
Yeah, because you don't know what it does. Yeah, that's fair. She. Yeah. Okay. Cool. She, the guardian, is going to appear at the edge over here on the path where it would be your departure. And she's gonna hold up 3 fingers and hold out her hand.
Hold out her hand. How?
Same way with the vials.
Um.
Do you want 3 more vials? I held up the empty one.
Yeah. She's gonna disappear, reappear, give Sam, and now her fingers go down to 2.
How many more vials do we have?
At least 1 because, well, I think we have like 5 because of Bella has the waterproof pouches for parts and tools and stuff.
I had 5. I gave 2 out.
And you used 1 of them yourself, right?
Correct. So it's empty because I drank it. So I have 3 and 2 are lent out right now.
So she's holding out her hand with a finger 2 in the same way that the vials were. So you gather she's offering to fill 2 more vials before you guys leave.
Is she mad with me? I mean, I'd like to fill up the 2 vials for later. I don't know how long this
point, it seems like she understood the situation more after you clarified, listening to what you had to say in the room.
Hand her 2 more vials. We can keep that for later.
She'll poof and bring both of them back with the salmon color liquid again.
Cool. I'll put those in my extra dimensional turtle shell. That's a joke. I just wish that was a thing.
Yeah.
I'll put that in my backpack.
And she will dissipate and go into smoke form on the pedestal again.
If you get me to a high enough level, I can make your turtle shell interdimensional.
I want it to be like an interdimensional, like greenhouse, or
We could give you a turtle shell demiplane.
That would be awesome. That should already be a thing. It should be a thing for turtles.
Like you just go in there and there's like a full mansion.
I mean, I was thinking more like a cute little like hut, but yeah, whichever.
Yeah, I think the only way I'd be able to do that is if we get to the point where I get demi-plane, I might be able to do it.
Like a giant bag of holding, but it's a turtle shell that you live in. Or like
Basically.
a warlock genie bottle.
Well, it'd be your entire own dimension, basically. But that's a while off.
Long-term goals. Alright, well we've got some plant juice for later in case this wears off. It'd be cool if it didn't, but that might be too cool.
It might be a little much hearing screaming every time you walk on grass.
Ah, that's gonna be awful.
I'm presuming you are departing.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'd say we'd be leaving unless they want to talk to plants more.
No, it's okay. There's plants outside.
Okay. I've got the experience recorded. I believe it was also per session. Okay, cool.
I didn't do it last time.
As I had designed this to be an easy encounter, it was not a tremendously large amount of experience. Oops, not multiplied by. Sure, we'll just make it round. There you go. Okay. I have it written down, but for now, you guys head back out of the cave system. It narrows and funnels back, so all possible directions are only one way back. You can't get lost getting out, but you can get lost going in. So with that, we return to the overworld section with a return time of about 2 days to get back to the city, unless you have another stop on the way back from the city or from the mountains.
Do we want to go back to this city, or do we want to hit another portal while we're out here?
Yeah, you could go to somewhere else completely too if you wanted to.
What do you guys think?
Well, I think there's one that's very close to Waterdeep. That one that's just a couple miles outside, where the loggers were doing things, and that was what was upsetting the portal. I think
Yeah, yeah.
honestly, that's something that I think personally, I don't think we want to fight people. That might be Lyle, more your expertise, making some kind of beneficial arrangement.
We can try negotiating with the loggers. But ultimately, we're going to need another forest for them to log, if not that area. A logger makes his money logging. A logger's going to log, as it were. So we need to find a place for them to go instead. But yeah, we can try to negotiate the logger situation.
Well, I mean, maybe we could see if I mean, there was that farm area we passed through. Maybe they could use some clearing of some land if they wanted to expand their farms.
You gather that going somewhere that's 2 or 3 days away from where they live to farm is not necessary.
I don't know, I meant like if the farmers wanted to expand their own farms, like just give them more land to till and grow
Yeah,
on.
the
loggers could leave them
areas
where they
nearby
are
where they
there.
were did not have a lot of trees. It was kind of like in between a cliff area and the mountain range.
Okay.
So yeah, that would not. There weren't really enough trees for there to be a satisfactory logging replacement.
What do we need to negotiate with the loggers?
Some place for them to go to log.
Yeah, but
I
what do we
mean,
need them to
otherwise-
move?
Oh, because they're gonna cut down a Feywild tree. The
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Yeah, so we figured out how to get there. Is like you just need to leave from any of the trees in that forest to like find your way. But the portal is closed right now, I believe, because the dryad who guards it is scared of the loggers that have been encroaching on the forest. And she's afraid that they're going to chop down the entire forest and the portal will be no more. It's a mobile portal too. I don't think you were there when we found that out. It does move around.
Interesting. We could tell them that if they keep logging at the area, they're gonna piss off a big, scary forest spirit that guards it. No one said we had to tell them the truth.
This is a good point.
I mean, I guess if you could convince them of that.
That sounds more like your job.
I'm not great at lying. But I feel like it would. I don't want to just shove them out either, because I mean they have families and that's their means of providing. I don't want to just say, shove off, good luck. You know, that doesn't feel right.
How much gold do we get per portal?
As Lyle said, a logger's got a log.
We could just pay.
I'm looking up the information.
Yeah, I was
Keep
gonna
in
say, I'm
mind
pulling
that
up.
when
We
you
could
close
pay
the
them off.
when you close the contract, you close the contract. They'll find other people. So whenever you turn it in, that you're saying you're done with this contract.
Okay.
But then you would get quite a substantial amount of money, I believe. Let me verify.
We have a documenter here. We could make a deal for the money, like some of the money we'd get for like stabilizing that portal to the loggers. It's probably more than they make in a year logging.
I mean, it probably is, but their logging is also contributing to Waterdeep. It's contributing to building the city, building homes, stuff like that. Like, stopping the supply of logs is... I don't consider that to be, like, a good
Yes, it is.
aim. Like,
We stop it. I said we just pay them to log somewhere else.
We still have to find somewhere else.
True.
And at that point, why pay them?
and at what point do we say to the Feywild portals, stop opening up around the city? I mean, Feywild is great, but Feywild is the Feywild and Toril is Toril. So, you know, the civilizations of Toril need to be able to expand out without having to constantly worry about stray Feywild portals here and there.
I mean, obviously, it's possible for them to coexist. There's one in Waterdeep.
I mean, there's the obvious solution of just letting them log the forest and then the portal's closed.
But then what happens to the dryads?
They die, probably?
I don't know if I want to close any portals.
We wouldn't be closing it, they'd be closing it. We'd just not be doing anything and reporting it closed.
So the debate right now, I'm just trying to understand the conversation. The debate right now is whether to pay off the loggers to GTOF or to try to convince them to move or to let them do their logging thing and take care of the portal on their own.
Basically, yeah. I think
mean-
it's like he cares about the dryads though, so.
So,
Yeah.
And I do too.
in regard to the amount of currency for each Feywild portal discovered and stabilized, it's 500 gold per person. And then it is, in regard to the experience, it's 500 split amongst the party per
And
portal.
then there was the whole debate on whether or not we want to report the portals because the person in question is going to publish them. And I think that you were gone for that conversation. So when we visited the bar, the Fae bar, there was a whole conversation about how they weren't comfortable with the portal info being published, that the Fae folk preferred to keep those portals hush-hush. And so they were agreeable to help us find out info for our specific use with no ill intention. But if we were to give the info over to Publisher Man, they were not going to be happy about that. And so we had kind of a party internal discussion about thinking about whether we were comfortable giving that info or not. We still wanted to continue to find the portals and explore the situations and possibly seek out Fae blessings, but we haven't decided yet, but we had talked about possibly keeping the info to ourselves.
In that sort of situation, you would not receive the financial reward, but you would receive the experience either way.
Right, we were going to sacrifice the money for Fae blessings and knowledge for the
So
future.
it
But we
does not
hadn't
prevent
decided.
it does not prevent you gaining levels or character growth. It only prevents you from gaining the financial side of selling out to an author.
I think that is going to come down to the more moral members of the party. Mel, I'm neutral. I don't think she'd go. I wouldn't go against you guys if you decided one way or the other, but, I don't really have a vested stake in saving the Feywild or, keeping it hush-hush.
Right, and I think Lyle is maybe there with you, so it's something that we're going to have to discuss as we unlock these portals or
Yeah.
come to a conclusion about. Or maybe you and Lyle do give the info and get the money, and we choose. I mean, we'll have to see how that goes.
I mean, we could stabilize them, and if there's any that aren't stable that we have to close down, we could report those because there's no harm in a closed portal getting reported.
That's a fair point. I like that.
They're stabilized. We don't get invaders from the Feywild. They get closed down, so we save Waterdeep from dealing with an unstable portal, and then we also get any money from the unstable portals.
The only problem I might have with that, and this isn't going to be an ongoing discussion, right? I think I would prefer, if given the option, not to close a portal.
I'm just saying if we have to, if it's
Right.
unstable and that's the only way to stop it from I don't know,
it's
blowing up or
dangerous.
something.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
If it's
Well,
not
hopefully we
something
find one
like
of those so we can get some money.
yes,
Yeah, because like even one portal would be like more than enough money to start out.
agreed. I think that if there's one that we find that like the one that's in Waterdeep again, I don't think you were there in the tavern when we were talking to the barkeep about it, but the one
I
in,
was
in
not.
Waterdeep, it's a very like it's like a doorway that they use for people who live in the Feywild to come visit family and friends who are here and people who are here to come back and go see their families. Like
Yeah,
when I
that one's a very
decide
friendly sided one.
yeah, when I decide that I want to visit home again, that's probably where I'll start. Is there, and if it's a portal like that that is used for
For-
travel,
For your sake, I'm gonna say that's actually the one you came through.
yeah. If like ones like that that have a function, I think we'd be, I don't mean that in all in a bad way, but fools to close. That's necessary. It's a hub of travel and trade and
Yeah.
sharing of knowledge and
No,
experience.
I'm not suggesting we close any of them unless we have to. But if we do have to, we could turn that one in. Like if there's a portal that's no longer usable, because then we're not giving away a Feywild secret, but then we've also reported a portal, so we still get the money.
Yes.
And so it sounds like collectively we want to continue to discover portals, right? So right now
Yes.
we don't have the funds to pay off the loggers, so at least there's one of those three options eliminated. So right now we've got negotiate with the loggers to GTFO, or we've got go deal with them, right?
Would 185 experience be enough to level people?
No.
So no? Okay. Roughly how short would that be?
Very short.
Uh,
It takes 300 and we got 65.
65 plus
We'd be
185.
50. We'd be
You need
50 away.
Okay.
yeah, we're only 50 away.
Okay.
Do we have to do the logging one next?
No.
Or is
No,
that just the next
no.
closest?
It's
That's
just an
just the next
additional. Yeah.
closest.
Let's just pick a different one, because we don't really seem to have a solution to that one.
And maybe as we travel, we'll find someone's like, oh, if only someone would log my forest, So,
The logging one, the only reason that, the barkeep did request that we go take care of those loggers. Like, it seemed like an urgent matter. But we
Yeah.
don't have to do it right now.
I would feel bad if
We
we
probably
didn't.
shouldn't return back to the bar without addressing it, though, maybe.
Did she make it sound that way, or did she just make it sound like it was like?
She just made it sound like it was important to them,
Hmm.
like that it got done, but she didn't. I don't think it was like, oh no, tomorrow,
Yeah,
when the
there
clock
wasn't a
strikes
date
midnight.
for it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just seemed like an urgent, concern.
An urgent
like,
with no
wait
countdown. Yeah.
months. Yeah. Don't just
I'm all-
forget about it and live your life.
I'm all for it, but like, do we have a plan? Because like, I got nothing I can do to move. Like, if you have a plan for doing it, yeah. But if we're just like going out there saying like, "Hey, you should move," like, I don't think
No,
they're gonna
no,
listen
I
to
don't
us.
think we have. I don't think we can have a plan until we see what's going on. I think it's fine if we want to go suss it out, just see what's going on, and then,
Well,
play it
what's
by
the
ear,
next
but-
closest portal? So we know where all of the portals generally are after speaking with the barkeep now.
we know
So
where half of them are.
besides the logging one, where's another one that we know about?
We know about the Enchanted Embers Cavern, but that one was described as being dangerous. That there was a powerful Afridi guardian, and it just specifically said that there were risks and rewards for entering the fiery gateway. So that sounds probably like the highest danger to me.
What other ones do we have?
There's the Mistvale Marsh. We don't know where that is. We just know there's. She said there were some misty marshes south of Waterdeep, but she didn't have like a specific location. We'd probably have to ask for information on that. Wistwood Hamlet moves around. Its location's unknown, because that's the We might be able to find out about that one word of mouth though, because it's the traveling carnival.
Or Mistvale Marsh, it says legends of heroes who sought wisdom and guidance from the guardian fate creatures are shared. We
Mhm.
could ask them for tips on where some of the other portals are.
Yeah, I think that one, if we can find it, would be a really good one because it seems like a great, like, learning things spot, like you said.
Also, cautionary tales of those who lost themselves to the marsh is a lure, and we have 2 people who have advantage versus charm effects. Because you're Fae, and you're
That's
kind of immune to
another.
Fae
It's
stuff.
another full moon one,
That's
I
a
think.
full
too.
moon one, yeah.
I was just about to say
Okay.
that one's on a timeline, which is 20, unless we
20
times
days.
because we 20 days from today, and if we go back to the town, then it's 18 days away.
Mm-hmm.
And how
But-
far away is the marsh?
We don't know. All I know is it's south. And then we have no clue where the Celestial Lighthouse is, but obviously that's going to be somewhere along the coast. Because it's a lighthouse.
So we go check out what the logging situation is, stop back down to town, and then go find the marsh?
Or the
Because you wanted to
lighthouse.
check it out, even if we don't have a plan, we could just see what's going on.
I'm
And
not
if,
opposed
like,
to if people think it's a waste of time, then I think why bother, but
I don't think
just
it's a waste of time if it's on the way back to town. We could just stop by there and see what's going on, see if we have any ideas, and if not, we can just go to town and then go towards the marsh.
what says.
To the loggers. On the way back to town.
Okay, it sounds like that's what we're gonna do, then.
All right. Let me check something. Cool. After rolling 16 encounters, none of them were a 19 or higher, because it's a main public road. So we're gonna say that you guys are able to make it all the way back to the area right above Waterdeep, which if you look at the overworld map, or the interactive map of Waterdeep, there is a I guess not there, but there was it's above the north gate somewhere. If you're coming back from there, it should be pretty obvious where. Heck, hold on. Gotta check. Okay, cool. Nope, not that one. No, not that one either. Okay. We'll say, yeah, it's just north of the city there. Oh, you know what? Did it say how far north?
The logging,
Mm-hmm.
it's just a few miles north of Waterdeep.
Okay, cool.
Like a walking short day trip.
Cool. Yeah, then it'll be at the same position as Waterdeep itself. So let's go to that. We'll say that you arrive at the area of the forest, so instead of taking the main road that leads to the side, you go through this little side road, focused more on going to the area north of Waterdeep, because the main road out of Waterdeep would kind of put you out the east side, and then go up north, and then one road out north, and the other one out southwest or southeast. So you go up. It's a little branching road to go by a forest. From about 120 feet away, you guys can see that there is a group of individuals that seem to have a large amount of logs in piles next to them. They seem to be carrying around what look like not just normal hatchets, but they look to be like one-sided great axes.
I'm trying to make sure I understand where we are. Are we in the Deep Forest near, or are we near
You
the
are
Westwood?
you are directly on the dot, right above Waterdeep. So you are a couple miles away. Effectively, you're in a forest that doesn't exist on the map because I have to make one.
Okay.
There's a forest here now.
So
Yeah.
they're wielding like one-sided axes, like more suitable for like battle than cutting down trees.
They're more suitable for taking down trees in a couple hits than
Oh.
they have quite. They look very strong. Like they look like very strong workers. They are focused on being able to. They look to give it a description. They look like they would probably have the same amount of damage as a great axe, but they're not just like little hand hatchets. They're big, heavy swing. 4 or 5, the tree is down axes.
Gotcha.
Numbers wise, there appear to be probably like 20 to 30 of them. But they also do appear to be just buff commoners that are doing normal jobs.
Yeah, Sykes's driving the cart. She turns. Is anybody riding in the cart or like? Cause she
Oh,
can
I
commission
totally am. I'm
Okay,
not
so
walking.
Mel's-
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, Lyle's right.
Okay, so this whole time I was like, I don't know if I got anybody horses or if I wanted a pony, but okay, so Sykes's just like chauffeuring everyone.
Yeah,
Right.
you're the driver.
so much better than what I'd been picturing. Fantastic. The
Better
blind
take
leading
some
the
driving
blind.
lessons before you drive us into a ditch.
I
Yeah.
did pretty good. All right. Anyway, she's like Sykes's gonna turn around as they're like the horse. She's definitely slowed it to like a walk. I don't know, guys. I think we can take him. She like rolls her tiny little shoulders.
In what capacity?
This sounds violent. Fey creature of the forest.
Sykes's very sad that her joke has fallen flat. She just faces forward again.
Fallen flat
Oh,
like
I
the,
was making
the
a
trees
joke
of the
too.
forest.
Oh.
It's like violent or like you're gonna take him to the tavern? What are we talking here?
So,
Take
but
him to
on
the
a
tavern,
more
get a
serious
room, you
note,
know? Okay, sorry.
on a more like direct,
Mhm.
Lyle,
Yes.
I don't really know the first thing really about any business, let alone a logging business. Do you want to take point on talking with them about that?
Sure.
I'll help, but I really don't feel like I would have the right questions.
Okay. Yeah. Lyle will get down and straighten out his frock, straighten out his holy symbol, and then approach the logging camp to look for a foreman.
From
As-
flanking and
As you're walking through this area, I'm presuming the entire crew is going.
Oh yeah, I'm following. I'm
Yeah.
doing my best job to look like official.
Cool.
Can we still hear the
Got a
plants?
clipboard.
No.
No,
That
get a
that went
notebook.
away like by the
That
time
would
you
be
got.
horrible.
It went away by the time you got to the cave entrance at the waterfall.
That's why I'm asking, because I feel like this would be a pretty like battle scene.
Yeah, this would be a nightmare.
Oh,
Thank God.
Oh, wait. Hold on. We're not within like hearing distance of the people.
You're about 90 feet away at this point.
Mel?
We could spike their water with to hear the plant stuff, and then they could hear the plants as they're cutting them down.
My
That
God.
was a very creative solution. I applaud you.
It's like he grabs
That
Lyle's
is
shoulders
actually
and
a
pulls
really
him back.
good
Wait,
creative
we got a
solution.
great idea here, guys.
Light bulb moment.
Huh, that's so
Holy
weird. What a randomly unexpected use of your items you just got.
Oh,
Should we let Lyle talk to them and try to persuade them before we hurt their hearts?
Yeah, let's do that before we spike your
maybe-
drinks. But
I mean, for sure. But if Lyle talks to them, he should be very careful about what he talks to them about, because then it would look very suspicious.
So maybe the party should not go with Lyle, so we won't be recognized if we have to sneak back in and do the dirty work. Or maybe that doesn't matter. Maybe I'm being paranoid.
We're like, they can see us. We can see, this is an open road. There's no trees to.
And you
Correct.
guys have message, yeah? So I mean, you could
I
potentially
have
hear what
message.
Lyle's talking about, or no? It doesn't work that
no,
way.
that doesn't work that way. Damn it! If I had Otto, I could send Otto with him, but Otto is incommunicado. We could.
Well, that's okay.
Otto?
So if you go with Lyle, then you could message us. So Sykesy and I could stay behind. And if you went with Lyle, you could message us if we need to start doing the dirty work.
Yeah.
So, hold on.
The
do
only
you-
issue with that is I have to
I
point
have
at you
Otto.
and then whisper to myself.
Mel, I have a question for you.
What?
Do you have, how much money do you have on you?
I don't have any since last time we got pickpocketed.
You got 10
10.
gold.
Oh, then I have 10 gold.
So before you left, we can retroactively, so you got 10 gold worth of charcoal if you want, and then you'd have Otto. Because you could resummon him during the time that you were on the road back here.
Let's do that then.
Cool. I'm fine with a little
So we're-
retroactive thing in the
we're-
levels 1 through 4.
Yeah. On the ride back here, I just fucking burning like herbs and incense and shit with a little brass brazier in the back of the cart. For now, Otto is still a crab.
Good to know.
I'm gonna give Otto to. I'm gonna hand Otto to Lyle. And if we want to avoid suspicion, we could have Lyle act like we're looking. It's an investment for the company, and they're looking at, or they're looking at potential investments and thinking about like buying the logging company. Or contracting them for
Why
something.
don't you let me talk to them first and
Yeah,
use
you go do
honesty
your
in
thing.
business, and then you guys can decide what you want to do after I come back and actually have a conversation with them. But I'll go ahead without the party,
Alright.
just in case you guys need to do something sneaky.
Sure.
But
Be
you're going to
safe.
take Otto so we can hear if we need to start doing naughty business,
I
right?
can, but yeah. As long as
I
he
mean, if you
is within
if you would
100
like-
feet of
yeah.
me.
You are currently 90.
So yeah. As long as we stay within 100 feet, you keep me within 100 feet of him, I can hear through Otto, but I'm deaf and blind in regard to my own senses. So I'm not going to be able to, like, keep walking closer to keep Otto within 100 feet. You're going to have to move the cart. But
Okay.
yeah, that works.
Lyle looks for a foreman.
All right. As you enter the little group of individuals here, the 20 or 30, they start to like. Keep in mind this is around the end time, around closing. Everybody's super exhausted, super tired. Um, you see that there is one who seems to be sitting more at a table, counting out a bit of like coins and stuff to give people for the end of the day.
I'll wait for the goodly men to receive their wages and then approach the table.
Okay, that would take about 20 minutes probably for all of them to go through the hours and write down all the stuff in the logs. But after that, they are free. The foreman is free to listen to you.
What ho, goodly foreman! Blessings of Joaquin be upon you.
Greetings to you as well.
If you wouldn't mind, I would like to have a discussion with you. May I sit?
Sure, I don't see why not.
I have been hired by. I've been given contract by my company. I am currently out investigating certain arcane and fey-linked portals and creatures in the area.
Okay.
There is an impasse that we're coming upon that I would like to discuss with you.
What would that be?
Your forest is filled with a few dryads who seem to be truly defensive about defending their portal.
I can understand that.
Your contract in the area is just to wood lumber until the world no longer desires lumber, correct? You don't have an end date to your contract?
No, it's either when we run out of materials or we stop getting paid. Or until
I see.
somebody pays us to stop.
What your lumber supply, what does it go to?
Construction of buildings in Waterdeep, repairs for ships in the harbor, crate construction, the construction of wooden weapons and shields.
And I take it that your lumber company is one of the bigger ones for Waterdeep, considering its location to Waterdeep.
Surprisingly, no. It was more they knew there was a possibility of conflict, and so they took a lower bid. Less people were interested in working in an environment that had possible danger.
So this, I'm sorry, explain that again. So this area has less danger or more danger?
More danger. So there was we were given this contract. The less people put up a bid for the contract. So we ended up getting one. We were probably fourth largest, but we're not the best or the most involved.
And you were contracted for these woods specifically?
Yes, for these ones specifically, just because it was a close source and they just wanted as much as possible, so they chose the closest location so it would take the least amount of time to arrive.
Who holds the contract?
Good question. I, as the DM, did not think of that information, so give me a moment and I will provide you information. Okay, so our, that's not it. Okay. So we are a subsection. We were hired by Greenbuild Construction.
Is that a guild in the city?
It's a construction company, so they focus on using nearby eco-friendly and sustainable building practices by using local or environmentally friendly ways to gather lumber, which would, in this circumstance, would be no machines, axes only, physical labor, so that way they can advertise to more nature-friendly individuals for their construction.
As opposed to those companies that harvest lumber via what? Fireball?
Primarily means of machines that produce messes or leave the place worse off than they would be.
I mean, apparently somebody's discovered gasoline or something. I don't know, but okay. And this construction company is inside of Waterdeep.
Correct.
Okay. We're gonna have to go to Waterdeep then and get them to renegotiate the contract. All right. Well, thank you for your time, Foreman. We'll be on our way.
Of course.
Joaquin's blessing on your business ventures.
Appreciated.
And then I'll head back to the caravan and say we need to go to Waterdeep to find some fraudulent construction company.
Fraudulent?
Yeah, they're advertising as environmentally friendly, but literally they're doing the same thing that every other logging company is doing. But anyways, we need to just get them to relocate the contract at this point to a different forest. Maybe the forest around Nightstone. But yeah, we'll have to negotiate with the company that actually paid for the contract. These loggers they took the contract to specifically log here, and so we'll have to end the contract and have them, or get them to amend the contract to log somewhere else, but they can't handle that. The foreman here has no say in that. It's the contract that they've accepted, so we need to go to Waterdeep and find the company.
So
Or-
no spiking the water?
Or option B, right?
No, I don't condone spiking the water and having them end the contract. These people make a livelihood, honestly, by logging this forest. This is how they gain their wealth. This is how they feed their families. This is how they keep their families off the streets of Waterdeep and in homes. These are goodly people doing a job that is, in their minds, and for all of their knowledge, a rightful task. There's no reason to poison them into going crazy every time they cut down a tree, because then they have no livelihood at all, and we just contribute to an even thicker homeless population with children running around the streets because their father can't log anymore because the trees shout at him.
Jeez, Lyle, you got that real dark, didn't you?
He's
This
right.
is why I hate clerics. Damn morals.
Let's go and have them. We will work with this company who I don't believe is honest in their business practices. And Joaquin believes in honest business dealings.
Well, so maybe we take one of the branches from one of the trees that they already cut down, with us so we can still use our fun, creative method on the contract people, make them go crazy by listening to the Screaming Tree.
I was just gonna suggest that.
Or
think
we
if
just
you cut
find
the
another
branch off, it's
construction
already
company.
dead.
We find another construction company that rivals this company and have them point out that they're not doing anything differently and have the market drive them out of business.
Is that something that's going to happen like quickly for us, or is that going to be something that's timely because we need to get this one done before the full moon? There are 3 full moon portals, so we're not going to have like a
So
lot.
all we have to do is we have to. This company is a construction company, which means that they have to get bids from the city, or they have to bid against other lumber companies to gain houses and things of that nature. We need to find out where these business dealings are going on, where they can bid on these, likely a guild hall of some sort, and then just expose them for being fraudulent with their resource gathering. And then that way, if anything, we can get another company to contract these workers out to go to Nightstone or someplace safer.
Is this something where you need to get someone else from your priesthood involved?
No, not necessarily. I can talk to the priesthood about it, about negotiate or getting somebody else involved to have this company's business practice, or have this company pointed out for being
False advertiser.
false advertiser. Yeah, I mean, we can do that, but ultimately, not every businessman listens to the priesthood of Joaquin.
Sounds
Yeah,
like they
I
should if they
was-
want their various containers to be blessed. So
Oh yeah, Lyle, can you bless us again before we enter Waterdeep?
Bless us in what?
Bless our purses from being pickpocketed like you did before.
Okay.
We all bow our heads. Were you here for that? No, I can't remember.
Were
Because
you
that
there
worked
for that
so well
part?
last time. No.
No, it
No.
did.
It was
He
after.
blessed us afterwards, and we
Oh,
were
okay.
Yeah, it
protected
was the
from
whole
being
I was gonna
thing.
be like,
pickpocketed.
wow, that was the worst blessing ever.
Once we realized we
I
were
love this sigh.
pickpocketed, once we
Thanks,
realized we were
Joaquin.
pickpocketed, we asked for Joaquin's blessing to protect our purses, and lo and behold, Joaquin provided.
Blessed Joaquin, she of the gold and of the advancement of civilization, as we venture back into a stronghold of your wealth and beauty, please bless our purses so that those who will not do for themselves do not take our loot. And please provide us with ample business dealings and ample gold. In your name we pray, blessed Joaquin. Amen.
Amen.
Joaquin.
Good.
Gesundheit.
Can I get a religion check from Lyle with advantage? Excellent. You genuinely believe that went through very well.
Are our purses protected for another day?
You believe that based off of that, they are protected until you leave the city again.
Wonderful.
Now we never leave the city.
Exactly. I chose my
Well, we're
words
not
carefully. I know what I said.
We're not gonna get a lot of progress done if we never leave the city. I'm really hoping to.
I'm
To
just making
spend
it so
some time in
Lyle
the
doesn't have
city
to do that
leveling.
again for a little bit.
Very kind, very kind.
Is there anything that we can do for 50 experience before we end the session?
That's what
so
I
we
was
can
hoping to try to
spend-
get you to do.
Yeah, can we like ride around in circles until we maybe get an encounter going, or
That seems so metagamey.
I'll tell you
I
what.
just
I'll tell you what we could do. You guys could go to a gambling hall, and I'll let you gamble and experience for whatever money you guys have.
gambling gets us experience?
Presuming it goes well. I mean, let's see. Maybe not.
Are
So
there any other
wait.
downtime activities?
Technically, you guys didn't. You guys could like know that where the location of one of the other portals is, and that it's stabilized. That's another 125 we can split to each
If we just
person.
go to the one we know about.
Well, I mean, it's opens
Or
on the
that
full
we-
moon, but you know that it is stable because it has been. It's just
Sure.
one that wasn't known by the author. So technically, you would be able to provide that information, getting you the extra 125 experience each, which would push
Well,
you
do-
up
Oh,
to
the-
level 2.
The one that's
Do we-
just like the door.
Yeah, the one that's the one that's in the hero's garden that requires the jade statue to open from the tavern.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought
so
you
that
meant
one's
the one
stable.
that's here in the logging. Maybe we should go tell the Dryad we're trying to solve her problem, so she'll calm down and discover this one.
Well, I'm saying
doesn't
I'm
open,
I'm
but-
saying the one in town, you guys did not get experience for having written as discovered and stabilized, because it is
Oh,
already,
okay.
and that would give you the experience that you need without needing to do an encounter or more work right now.
That makes sense. We
I'm
did
down with
discover it.
that.
So
It just
something.
sounds like it's gonna take some time in town for Lyle to get these loggers moving, so I'd like
Well-
to take advantage of that time in town.
Well, not only that, but I'd like to emphasize one of our homebrew rules that we have, which is the last one, the most recent one that I put, I think last week, where you actually have to pay money to level up, and it takes 10 days for you to do that.
I don't think we have enough money. It was 20 gold, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. But
Yeah, I only had
you would get paid by the company every week. So if it would take you over the course of 14 days, as long as you're training and growing yourself, you can take 2 downtime weeks and train as your downtime activity.
And just not get paid for 2 weeks.
Effectively, yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm comfortable with that.
So if you take 2 downtime weeks on top of outside of your training, you can do an additional downtime activity. So you have 2 downtime weeks, no pay for 2 weeks, but you have 2 downtime activities that you can do, for one for each week, and then you take 2 weeks to level 2.
And we could do it like another downtime activity for like a part-time job to make money, some money,
Correct.
so that we can eat.
No, actually, I would say no, because the company provides you lodging and bare ration materials if you need food
Oh, okay.
to eat. But the fact of training is the people that you'd be working with would be active during business hours. So the work option for a downtime activity is probably the only one you wouldn't be able to do.
Okay.
Plus, you're already working. Right, so you're working on
I know.
training
It's
yourself.
just like I want to be able to eat and sleep somewhere while we're training.
you have food and lodging provided to you by the company.
Okay.
It's not like, wow, this is an impressive fancy place, but you have like bunk bed housing and enough food to make sure you don't starve. And it's like edible food, but it's not like, wow, that's impressive. That's for the higher ranks. That's when guys hit level 5, you'll get that kind of stuff.
So we could go back, report the 2 portals. It's stable. Do training, and then Lyle could come up with a game plan for convincing the loggers to go elsewhere. Or do you want to do that before we should probably do that before the downtime.
Well, we can't report the portals, right? Because once we do, then that's the
Well,
final turn.
So that would be only when you are collecting the finances for it.
Right,
You get the experience because you already discovered it.
right.
The experience gets given to you immediately.
So we should have gained the experience for the one in the inn.
Which one in the inn? No, there was no portal in the inn. That's the one you're getting the experience for now. It's at the garden. Hero's Garden, which is not in the tavern, but it's connected to the tavern because the tavern owns the key that opens it up, because it's a fae-themed tavern that opens up once a month the portal to the Fey realm.
But we know where it is and we know it's stable.
Correct.
Okay.
Because
So do
Sexy
we
didn't
get the
remember how they
experience
got
for that
here.
or not?
So let me clarify. It is a total of 310 experience for each of you individually this session alone.
Oh. Should
For
we add that
finding
now?
finding two discovered portals that are stabilized is 500 each. So for everybody combined, so it's 1,000 divided by 4 for 250, plus the experience for the combat encounter that you had, equaling 310 each.
I will take it.
So we have 310 plus the 65 we had before.
Correct.
And we're gonna take the downtime, I'm assuming, as a group to do the level up thing.
Yes, it's required of you to take. So basically, the way that works too is since a work week, a week is 7 days, but a work week is 5. You're able to have the weekends off each week, so you're still able to do a bunch of downtime activities in evenings or socializing. I would like to, before we end, I would like to have everybody go through and choose what downtime activity they're doing.
Is there a list of stuff?
There is. If you do, you have access to Xanathar's guide
Where?
in the
Are you
book.
asking me if I have access?
In the book called Xanathar's Guide to Everything.
Yeah, but are you asking me if I have the physical book? Or are you asking me if I have it on Roll20? And you asking me if I
I'm
have
asking,
it online?
can you see it? Somehow.
See it where?
In a place you have access to it.
But
That mean
what-
if you're the way you're asking me questions, the answer is no. So I'll give you the information. I am. Would you like a text block that you can search through and control up and stuff?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay. Let me see if I can do a PDF of this area, I guess. Let's see if that works. Does everybody else have access to it?
Negative.
We do.
Okay. I should be able to. Let me check. Oh, that's crafting items. Is that a downtime activity? I think so, right? Yeah. Let's go all the way to the bottom down here. Okay.
Do you have the PDF therapy? I think we do if you don't.
I just.
Actually, I have the book. Never mind. I'm sorry.
Okay. Sexy, you do
Oh,
not
it's
have
on my
access to
shelf.
the book?
No.
It is Chapter 2, Downtime Revisited, Mel.
Okay.
I'm going to send you a privately messaged PDF that you can open in your messages. If I can find the thing for it. Let me know if you can or cannot open that. It just arrived to you.
I can open it.
Cool.
Make sure it's. There we go.
To provide you a more simple list, I'm gonna also just copy and paste this to you, Sexy, and Mel, as a thing that you have access to, like the.
I have the book right here. It's fine.
Okay, cool. I sent it already anyway.
The confusion was I didn't know what you were asking.
Ah.
The question wasn't specific enough.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
There's some more downtime activities in the GM's guide too. So both Xanthar's and the
Both
DM
work.
master.
Yeah.
The rumor spreading was only in the DM and not in Xanthar's. That's why I bring it up. So there was a couple more things in the DM guide.
Okay. Let me. Sexy, you have access to that one? DM's guide stuff? Downtime activities. We're also doing the thing where you get 2 downtime activities a week, but one of them is training to gain levels. There you go. Mel, do you have the DM's guide options if you wanted to look at those?
I think I have the DM's guide in my backpack.
Okay, I can also just show you the
I
list.
have it.
Okay.
I mean, if you have like a short list, that would be cool
I have
too.
I have the
but-
short list in your messages. There's both options, so you could just see it super easy. Sexy, there's the other one down there. Okay, Lyle's doing... Are you doing that for both weeks, Lyle?
Yeah.
Okay. Downtime activity... Wait, is that one the DM's guide?
That's Xanthar.
Oh, I'm in the DM's guide looking for it as though I was looking in Xanathar's. That would be why. Okay. Religious service. Cool. Let's do your religion or persuasion check. 2 of them. One for 1 week, one for the other. Great. Okay, also not bad. What is your charisma modifier, Lyle?
That would be charisma modifier is +2.
Cool. So you can have a maximum of 2, which you earned from your first one. So if you wanted to not use it or use the service before you did your second week, your second week would effectively produce no extra results. So if you wanted to either do a different activity or use a favor first and then do your second week and get the extra one, then you can do that.
I guess I'll use a favor to have somebody that specializes, somebody that's more experienced in the contract negotiation to examine the business dealings of the construction company that we're going to talk to in the next session.
Amazing. Okay, so they, sitting down with you over a course of a couple evenings, discover that there is an unethical loophole that would ruin their company, giving you an advantage on intimidation or persuasion for them to end the contract with the current logging company.
Okay. And then I guess I'll use the other favor to discover a construction company in
You do
good
not
standing
have to
with
use
the
both
people.
now, but if you would like to, you can.
Yeah, no, I'll go ahead and use both now. I'll
Okay.
use the other one to discover a logging company that is within good standing with Joaquin, who might be able to take on the additional workers for a contract.
There's a company called Building Basics, which is just like super fundamental, nothing fancy. They just want people to work and get paid and then try to take care of the environment in the process as much as you can, knowing what comes with the job. So you have a replacement one now as well.
Okay, then I'll keep that under my hat for next session.
And they're also willing to pay the loggers slightly more.
Dope. All right, I'll have that ready for next session.
Awesome sauce. Who would like to go next?
Oh, did I need to roll
Oh,
2d100?
for what?
The complications.
I would love that actually. You could just do a 10 though. You don't need to do hundreds, because it would just be a 1 on a d10, because there's a 10% chance. cool. You good? One more. For the other one. Great.
Yeah, I had a
Um,
complication.
I'm gonna roll it for you because you're not supposed to know what it is. There are some that might, but we'll see. Neat. Let's see what that does.
Oh, who left? Oh, Sykesy.
Maybe it was an accident.
No, it was intentional.
Oh no, she said she had to leave for her second event.
They said they'll go over what they'd like to do with me in downtime later. My second event of the day is starting in a few minutes and I have to run out the door. Thanks for the session. I'll talk to you all next week. I'm just gonna do that. There you go. Cool. Mel or Mel, why don't you go next? If you're ready.
For downtime?
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I don't have the money for anything in here.
Okay.
'Cause
There's
they all
also
cost money, so
you have. Oh yeah, you don't even have the money because you have literally no money because you use it all for.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay.
So I guess I'll just do it relaxation unless that costs money. Recording stuff in my little whisper jar
I don't believe relaxation costs anything.
requires
That
one.
would be
So
pretty
I'm-
dystopian if it did.
A character needs to
I mean, if it was
maintain
real
at
life.
least a modest lifestyle in order to relax. The company provides your relaxational costs, so you can spend the
Mhm.
time going around sightseeing, listening to people. You just take a vacation week in town for a couple weeks, while also spending the remainder of your time actually training, right? Because you're gonna gain a level, so you have to train and talk with.
I'll do that then. That seems like a good combo, like trading and then relaxing in my off time.
Yeah, exactly. Because see, like, Lyle is training and also negotiating contracts and doing a whole bunch of other stuff. Okay. Cool. Let's do... Can I get a D10 from you twice, Mel?
So I'm gonna add to the book my jar of whispers any restaurants that I like stop by or eat at. So it's more than just fucking rat skewers. All right, I got an 8 and a 1.
8 and 1. Okay, the 8 is fine. The 1 is another complication.
Fun.
However,
relaxation is complicated.
well, it's more like based off of what I rolled for what could happen, it doesn't make sense based off of the interaction you were having. So you have no complication. Because I tried to find something and it didn't make sense based off of what ended up happening as a result.
Okay.
So you're safe in that regard.
So we have 2 weeks of downtime. Can I apply the level up?
You can, yes. It's also full health, full spell slots, long rest.
Okay.
Bella.
So I'm tossed up right now. So you said that we cannot work because we're training, correct?
Correct.
Like we can't do weekend work.
You're training and you're working for the company. So the company is paying your mentors and trainers for you.
My thought process, I'll explain my thought process and maybe you can help me with my decision then. So
Sure.
Bella's all about brewing. And
Mhm.
so being in the bar and being like maybe bartending so she can get some experience with brew. That's what I'm going for.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm already working. That's why I say maybe I can't work. But maybe either like volunteer at a bar to help them like bartend on the weekend just so she can be around brews and get experience with brews. That's her like goal versus we talked about last session, there must be druids in the city, right, who takes care of the flowers in the town square and things like that.
Correct.
And so my other thought was religious service, but with the druids, not like with a temple.
Yeah, you could do that too.
Could
I
I do
mean,
both?
your religion would be, well, you have 2 weeks, so you could do 1 week with one and 1 week with the other. I would say you could. See, the thing is, I gotta look at training.
I'm looking at training, and it's long.
At
It's
least
weeks and 25.
10 work weeks.
Right.
I don't know what you're hoping to achieve through your brewer's supplies if you already have proficiency with them.
Mostly, I wanted a little bit of money so I could buy. I don't have enough money to brew anything. Is my thing. But it's okay because we're already working.
If you wanted to work night shifts, I mean, technically you can. You have 24 hours in a day. Nothing saying you can't do 8, 8, and 8. 8 hours of training, 8 hours of work, and then 8 hours of sleep. If you wanted to be busy, you can. But I think that would make it so Mel would change their choice too.
No,
Right.
Oh,
I'm
no,
still
you
doing
already-
relaxation.
You already
Okay.
set that rule down. I'm not trying to sway the rules. I was just trying to.
I mean,
figure
it
out
makes
what-
sense for no, like you should go ahead for it. It's like especially because brewing, a lot of places like you need to tend to the when it's like a new brewery, you need to tender it while it's cooking or brewing before you put it in like the
We can take away the work.
Tasks and everything.
We can take away the work false requirement. I think that's kind of unnecessary. If you really wanted to
I'd
work,
still
you
do
can.
relaxation
Okay.
because I'm already training.
Okay. Cool. Then yes, if you wanted to do the work option, then yes, you could do the work option.
Okay, maybe I'll try to do the work option then. I'll split it so I'm not busy like both weeks. I'll do religious service 1 week with the druids and work for the second week,
Okay.
and I'll just see how they go, which one I like better.
So pick a ability check that you believe fits with the brewing.
Well, that's a wisdom roll with your proficiency.
Cool.
For like if you were gonna brew something, that's what the roll would be.
Great. Then do one of those.
Okay, so let me do a wisdom roll. $15 plus 2 for the proficiency, so 17.
Okay. So you would gain 14 gold for the week, and then I would also need a D10 from you.
Okay. A 3.
Great, you're good. And then for the religious service, either persuasion or religion.
Okay.
And if you want to, I'm going to change it a little bit. If you wanted to, based off of the type of religious service you're doing, you could do survival if you wanted to instead, because it's wisdom based.
Bless you. Still rolled low. Got a 10.
Let me verify the numbers. Yeah, you enjoy your time, but there's no lasting effects for it. So you didn't get any favors from druids.
That's okay. At least I got to know them. I'm starting to make connections.
Correct. At least you started the conversational opening there. See,
You said I made 10 gold from working.
14.
Sorry, I was trying 14.
yeah, because it's 2 per day for 7 days.
Okay.
And
That's
then
me.
one more
Kinda.
thing we need is the vote for the DM inspiration die. And then we're done.
Well, I don't know. I think Mel made the acrobatic checks. I don't like voting for myself. So I think that Mel made the acrobatic checks. So I'm going to vote for Mel to get to that
Go.
portal thingy.
I'm gonna vote for Lyle for being in character and not poisoning the.
loggers.
Oh, you know,
As
I
much as
didn't
I
even.
don't like, as much as I don't like the decision, it was so in character that I'm voting for it.
Yeah, he was pretty schemy with that. He did good.
Okay.
I'm gonna vote for Turtle Power for considering peeing on her own hand to move forward the quest.
Fair enough. Yeah, nobody wants to piss off the turtle.
Oh
Watch,
my god.
Sexy's gonna vote. Oh no, because nobody voted for Sexy. Watch her vote for
Yeah,
herself, and
this
then
isn't
nobody gets it.
working because we're not. No, everybody is voting for everybody else.
Yeah, your vote cannot go towards yourself.
Sexy would be the tiebreaker then.
Well, no, because
Whoever
it's
she
two,
votes for
isn't
gets
it?
it. Yeah, because we each voted for the three of us that are here. Each voted for
Each
another
other.
person. So each of us three
Oh,
has
heck.
one vote each. So anyone Sexy votes for gets it.
Cool. Well, we'll put that as a question mark until next session then, because they're gone for now. I feel like I can provide a vote if that's an option too, because I would know who I would vote for, but
Who would you vote for?
I'd vote for Lyle as well. That's me, but that's not Sykesy, so it's not the final decision. It's just where it would be. But yeah, I think with that we're at the time to move forward stage, and I will see you in the future. Make sure you do actually level your character. If you wanted to talk about what you wanted to do in here, or what plans you had, I'm down to listen for a little bit.
Probably going Blade Singer.
Blade Singer.
I'm excited
like-
for level 2 because that's when
Okay.
druids get their circles.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like Agishes a hell of a lot. And we don't. I don't know what Lyle does, but we don't have. I feel like Bella is our only frontliner right now. Not that Blade Singing would make me a frontliner, but it would make me less
Squishy.
like I'd able to be on the front line if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Well, the plan
And also,
was
I
to
just
have
really like
somebody
smacking
that was
things.
going to be a rogue, but then they dropped out, dang it.
True.
Well, Blade Singing, well, one, it's an elven tradition, and I'm an elf, so that makes sense. And it makes sense for the lore monger that way, just because, like, I feel that's elven lore. And also because, like, it's probably going to be the one that I have the most fun playing.
Sounds like fun.
Well, good. Oh, I think I know what you were talking about, Bella.
I'm going to do Circle of the Spores.
Yeah, it sounds right.
Spores and brews and yeast and fermenting.
You're a festival druid.
That's right.
Coachella druid.
All right, I'm gonna pop off. I gotta start chopping for my spaghetti sauce for tonight. I'll talk to you guys later.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Alright, how do we level up in...
Roll 20 or D&D Beyond?
Yeah, do you just do manage character?
Yeah, you do manage character.
Okay.
Do you find it?
Yeah.